GM, the life coach. Hi guys, this is GM the Life Coach. Today is a different kind of pod. We got people already in, then we got some people coming in later. Some people's going off. It's gonna be a bit nuts. But anyway, regardless, we're gonna have a good pod tonight. This is GM the Life Coach podcast. I want to thank you guys for the support. Please share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you like any of the other videos, please check them out if you like, and let me know if you like them even. And then put a comment and stuff in there with those ones. I want to introduce you to our panel tonight. First of all, because he came in first, we're going to go with my cousin Grammy. Say hello, Grammy.
Evening. Oh, looking forward to chopping up tonight. It's not often I get to come on here, so I do enjoy the chats.
Yeah, I corralled you yesterday. Said, come on, please. And then we've got the wily old fox, the man, Kadeem.
Yeah. Kadeem's back in town, man. Yeah, once again, here to completely chop it up. I feel like I haven't been here on the Thursday for a little while. I've been here for the poetry pod, but not here, but for the main pod. So it's good to be back. I'm here to make sure that Graham is reminded of what side of the fence he sits on, whether that be controversy or acceptability. And yeah, I'm here to, as usual, just be controversial. I'm sorry, maybe, but not, yeah, maybe. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try and keep us to a stage where we may possibly be able to get monetized. I don't know. But I'm staying real.
Yeah,
I'm staying real.
I don't think we've got restaurants tonight.
Keep it clean.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, okay, we don't sit on the fence. This is what it's the rule. Yeah,
that's it.
All right. Because we got some things coming up. I don't want to spoil that. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The first thing that we're going to talk about today is going to be Nando's, man. Unfortunately, things are changing. For those of you that don't know, things are changing in Nando's. And it is a sad state of affairs right now. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see it.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. If I paste this, what happens when I paste this? Nothing. Okay, that's great. That's great. All right, let's go for it. I don't know if you can hear it.
I'm just in Nando's at the moment, and I haven't been here for a long time, but I've just noticed this. One Coca-Cola Classic is one glass only. Based on new government laws, we've had to limit Coca-Cola Classic to one glass per customer. Still thirsty? Help yourself to any of our low-sugar, fizzy, bottomless soft drinks. Well, I've just had my first Classic, and do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to live on the edge. I hope I don't get arrested for this, but I'm going to go for my second glass of fizzy Coke. Dearie me. Imagine that. Imagine a fully grown adult not being able to make their own decisions as to what type of drinks they're allowed. I mean, what is this? Are we in North Korea? Where are we? Absolutely absurd. Shh, don't tell anyone. It's my second glass. God forbid. I can hear the police sirens outside. They're coming to get me. They're going to take me away. The mad part about it is that they've also got bottomless soft swirl ice cream, but there's no limit on that. So this is the logic of the government. Bizarre. I'm just in Nando's at the moment, and I haven't been.
Yeah. So, he's going to spoil it now for the soft swirl people now. So that's this chocolate ice cream, whatever, they're going to spoil it for that. So yeah, I've out the kings out the bag. What's our thoughts, man? Nando's isn't going to be the same because, not going to lie, I think we low key go Nando's for the bottomless drink. So just to know that we can have the bottomless drinks, even if we don't, if we don't use it. I'm not a big Coke fan, but still, you want to have your drink and have more than one. What say you, Grammy? I mean, when's the last time you went to Nando's, and what do you think of this particular rule?
I'll be honest, it's been a while since I've been Nando's, but I do see obviously the changes with everyone wanting less sugar and everything, which is fair. I don't feel it's right that you should be able to demand that out of a business. Like, if your business is to sell a product, somebody's paying for a product, you should be able to get that product. Yeah, unless it's illegal, that's a whole different conversation. But last time I checked, sugar wasn't illegal. So, like, I don't see why there has to be any sort of government mandate or any involvement at this point as far as sugar is concerned. I think, especially at the level of a restaurant, it should be something that, yes, maybe at a production level, like they should be going back to, as they have done with the actual producers of those drinks, like Coca-Cola, than everything else. Like if they're saying that your sugar levels should be lower in your drinks, fair. Do you know what I mean? That's a understandable statement, but to put it to the restaurants themselves, if you're gonna go in there for bottomless drinks, you should be able to get bottomless drinks of whatever drink you like. There shouldn't be a limit on what you have. Especially if that's what you paid for.
Yeah.
And the other thing is on the other side of it as well is how far down the rabbit hole do we go with this? Are we expecting there to be a security guard enforcing at your drink stand in every restaurant you go to make sure that you only have one drink? Is that how far we're taking this? Yeah. And how much of a wasted resource is that? Like, what's the point?
But we see it. We got security in most McDonald's.
Yeah.
We see that already. We see that already. So of course it wouldn't take too much to just get maybe a quick and little extra thing. Like, maybe it wouldn't take too much.
So this is leading on from the sugar tax, right? And the sugar tax is officially the soft drinks industry's levy. So it's a UK government tax on pre-packaged soft drinks containing added sugar, introduced in April 2018 to encourage manufacturers to reduce sugar in their products and tackle childhood obesity. The tax has a tiered structure. A lower rate of 18p per litre applies to drinks with 5 grams to 7.9 grams of sugar per 100 litres, and a higher rate of 24p per litre for drinks with 8 grams or more of sugar per 100 millilitres. The revenue generated from the levy is used to fund physical education in primary schools and other healthy initiatives.
I'd love to see where that funding would go, but I'm on the side of the fence that I agree with the sugar tax and the way it's implemented because it's done at the right place. Where the funds are spent is a whole different ballpark discussion, but I feel that is the best way to make change if you encourage the producers of said product to make it differently. That maybe make it better.
The overarching thing is that it's not about the adults; it's more about the kids. So the kids get into healthier habits, healthier food, and whatever.
I always feel that's a complete always a false thing.
This has
it's all about the kids. Nothing to do with the kids.
Nothing to do with the kids. Nothing to do with the kids. Who are the primary consumers? Where is it sold? Where are soft drinks sold the most? Is it not cinemas, bars? Restaurants, places that adults frequent and not children? We really need to talk about like. I get the tax. I hear all of that. I hear what you're talking about. I hear it, but I got to throw another thing out to you and battle this one because it's the same thing. The congestion charge has been in place for how long? Nearly 2 decades, 3 decades. And there's still congestion in Central London, right?
I'd argue more.
More. If not, it's mad, isn't it? It's mad. It's insane. It's insane whether you take the transport, public transport, whether you drive. It's mad. So the congestion charge was a charge that was implemented to reduce traffic in the city, right? The congestion charge is still in place 2 decades later, and the traffic is worse. So the congestion charge ain't doing nothing. The function it was installed to do ain't doing nothing. Let's be honest. It's making someone some money. Cool. But in terms of the function it was proposed to do, in terms of reducing congestion, it's done nothing. So that's my first case in point. Money. Again, but now this tax on sugar, is just making money for a new group of people. This, like Graham said, is a good point there. And I want to throw some challenge at you there, Graham, because like you said, the restaurant should be able to do what they want to do. Is because it's really at the manufacturer level. So if someone is buying in the product, are they not accountable? If a restaurant wants to buy in this product that's got 100% sugar in it, then cool. Is that if a school the same way choose to buy in a product and put that on their in the canteen on their shelves, is that the same? Is it the same? Is it all the same? Or and then does it lie back on the manufacturer, or do we have an issue if it is a school versus a restaurant that's saying, we're gonna start pumping. We know kids love that Coca-Cola, that new mango thing, yeah, that new Pepsi cream soda, yeah, with all the crazy, the iron brew thing, whatever it is, yeah. If they start drilling that, and we'll sell it in the tuck shop, we'll have loads of it because it's quite friendly. Advertisements cool, it sells real quick, what. Then what do we say there? Is it still on the manufacturer? Because again, ultimately, like, and another way around, do we feel like if there was a pot of sugar and you had a spoon and you had a drink and the bottomless glass was there and you had a pot of sugar and you just put in the pot of sugar into the cup, is that not averting the same tax that you're trying to do? Like, again, like, there's ways in and around it.
Yeah. So
before you answer that, I just want to welcome Kofi to the podcast. Sorry.
Evening.
Kofi, how you doing, Kofi? You're right. You're right.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Good, gents. You good?
Yeah, all good, man. Good to see you.
Just a quick one on that, because I just want to say, look, with all of this, I think this is what I call, and I've heard it before, this is just magical politics, right? So what they do, what I mean by that is, like, they say, oh, look at this, and everyone's talking about it, but really they're going to do something else. Are we really talking about sugar and Nando's? Is that what we're talking about? Is that what we're talking about? You know what I mean? Like, and you're right. It's nothing to do with kids. You made a great point, Kadir, about the congestion. Congestion's got nothing to do with congestion. Is about them making money. But say, oh yeah, we're trying to reduce traffic in London. It's even worse now, even more so, isn't it? So, like I said, this is just magical politics. I mean, they talk about this, and then something else come out, and then we completely forgot about. When's the last time we talked about what's going on in Syria? Talk about, what else? Do you know what I mean? It's like, this all this stuff. So stuff like that. I don't know too much about it, but I know when I hear stuff like sugar tax, really, is that what we focus on in London, where I work in healthcare, all the healthcare services have been shut down. There's nothing for the kids to do. Night crime, ridiculous, cost of living. We'll talk about sugar tax, really?
Exactly.
Yep.
Let's talk about something else, man.
No. I feel it, because it's always that way of, like, adding 2 points that don't actually have a correlation of saying, oh yeah, we got too much sugar, everyone's obese, therefore the NHS is shut down. But that's not actually the connecting point. Those are also connecting points.
The other background as well there, we understand. We didn't deliver on the housing promise, yeah. But what we did do is we addressed sugar.
Yeah.
That nobody was asking for.
Yeah, tick box.
Remember that?
There you go.
Tick box.
Yeah.
So vote us in. We want it back. Yeah.
And the thing is about it, right? They've had this thing, right, where they've got free school meals, right, for a certain amount of kids. So there's a pot of money, but it's for a certain amount, and they've got a number of kids that they've got to this pot of money can cover, right? Shouldn't it just be mandatory that people
should be default
free? There's enough money in the UK for every kid to have a free school meal, especially when they're not getting it from the most greatest people anyway. They're not spending big money on it. Do you know what I mean? We're digressing a little bit, but it's all one and the same thing, right? Where like you said, Kof, it's look what we're doing here, look, and then they're doing some magical thing on the side. Graham, did you want to address what Kadeem said? Question Kadeem said, I don't think Kadeem remembers the question.
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll back. I'm
here. So the question, like you say, how responsible is the manufacturer? How responsible is the manufacturer? And does it if a school were to start importing a large amount of the same product the same way that a restaurant would, because the manufacturer is ultimately liable, do we feel the same? Do we have the same? Again, does it lie in that way? Is that the issue?
Before, didn't they?
Yeah, see, now this is where I feel it does get a little bit tricky, because I agree with the idea of placing disadvantage to basically make change. So, for example, saying to manufacturers, right, you need to make your product more healthier. I appreciate you've probably done this product for the last 50 years, 100 years in this particular way, but as we have figured out, that is not the best way. If you want to continue doing it, that's your choice. But if you do it, there is a disadvantage, i.e. a tax. I totally agree with that. Yeah. Because if you go back, how much history of most of our food and manufacturers, let's take Coke as an example. Yeah, it's not called Coke for no reason. What it used to have in it, Originally it did have cocaine in. It used to literally have drugs in, like, so, and obviously that over time that's been taken out. But this is the thing, is that those changes without a disadvantage would not have happened, because somebody somewhere is going to say, well, I'm making money, why not? I'm just going to keep on doing it. Yep. So I agree with it in making the disadvantage to make change. However, where that money goes and the choices people make should be open. Yeah, because if a school decides that they're going to go, right, we're going to bring in all the most high sugar drinks, that's a choice, and there's got to be a good reason for that. And I'd hope that they would also be communicating that to the parents of said school to say, well, by the way, we're choosing to bring in as many sugar-filled drinks as possible. Yeah, at the end of the day, they're a consumer or of a product that's being made. That's a choice to make that. Yeah, if they want to buy the most sugar drink, that's their choice. If they don't, that's again their choice. But it always should be a choice. Yeah, I don't agree with basically turning around and saying you can't make that choice, or a government stepping in and saying you can't make that choice. It should always be open. If I want to have a sugar drink, fair enough, that's my choice. But I know the disadvantages of it, whether that's a tax, my health, or anything else. That at least that's disclosed. So be it.
All right, so I'm gonna throw another mad one at you. If it's not a security guard at Nando's, yeah, and it's not a police officer, it's a doctor, yeah, and the doctor's there and he's looking at your profile and he's seeing that you're coming for the third pint of Coca-Cola, yeah, and he's gonna start giving you. So he's seeing that you're middle-aged. He's seeing that you potentially drink as well, alcohol. He can tell that maybe so, and he starts providing an assessment or making a comment in terms of the potential impacts at the point of you taking a drink. Is that more acceptable? Is that what we would like to see? If it was less nanny say and more implicating your health, would that be?
Let me flip that on you. Cigarettes. How many times over the years with cigarettes on the box have we got literally the health warnings that say XYZ? There's your doctor. Yeah. How many people do you know have actually ever read that and not just immediately open the box and be like, it's fine.
But it made it bigger.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. But that again, even if you've got a doctor, somebody telling you here's a health reason of why you shouldn't be doing or opening this box or buying this box, it's ignored. Yeah. But again, it's still a choice. Yeah, which is what I'd prefer to have, rather than being a case of you can't have this because somebody else has decided for you. That's I feel is where we're having a step down to, you know, dropping people's amount or rationing people down to certain amounts is only a step away from, well, you're not allowed to have this. You know, and that's the bit I worry about, is more that. And that's the bit that more concerns me. But it's the sugar content, whatever it may be, doesn't, like, again, like I said, that's, I would say, is definitely a manufacturer choice. But again, it should still always be a choice.
I'm gonna throw another mad thing out there because I think that's an interesting point. But we might already be under the control, because it's an interesting dynamic that if you're looking for specific multicultural foods, if your nation isn't interested in the import or export of that, we might already be there. You might already not have the access to the foods that you want. And that's something that comes up quite regularly. I work with a lot of people that have to access the food bank. And one of the things that we don't recognize, or that people who run food banks don't recognize are impacting food banks, is that people are trying to engage ethnic minorities, but they don't have cultural foods at the food bank. Not everybody's looking for a tin of beans, a can of soup, and a loaf of bread. And you know what I'm saying? So it's... yeah, definitely second that point. But I ask us to think on a wider scale, because again, if you don't have a nation that is interested in the import and export of multicultural goods, then maybe there's a lot of maybe there's a problem. The problem is already above what we're trying to see. It's not just with Nando's. Because 100%, like, if there's suddenly no Coca-Cola being imported into the country, now that would never happen. Oh my! And why would that never happen? Not because of because of money, the profit. Could you imagine some of the amount of Coca-Cola that is sold in the United Kingdom? That is wolf. It would never happen. It's like a superpower. Someone somewhere that is in charge of policy is responsible for and has shares in Coca-Cola, so that would never happen.
Yeah, and I can imagine even if the rest of the world did. Yeah,
did.
I can
would, yeah.
imagine
Yeah, just
that
find
there
a way.
would be
They'll
the
find a way
next
to get
big
it.
thing on, up at Parliament would be, should we or should we not allow Coca-Cola on UK soil?
Exactly.
But can you
Yeah,
imagine?
That would be the new
Wait, wait.
distraction.
Can you imagine
You know what I mean?
if it got to the point where it was like drugs, where you had to kind of really like smuggle it and pay over social
Smuggle it in and
get it in,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Imagine if it got that bad.
Well, we might be
You
getting
never-
there.
but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could. That's what I'm saying. We're literally, if you're getting to the point of rationing it, you're
Mm.
moving down those stages of control down to the point where you can say, well, you can have it, you can have it, you can't have it. Do you know what I mean? It's not that far a gradient away. Yeah,
I
of
just
rationing.
say I don't mind if they have healthy options of food. It's when they take away the choice.
Yeah, as I
That's
said,
when
should
that's
always
the
be a
thing.
choice.
You know,
Is it because you
shouldn't
just
have
want it
choice.
more? Is it you just want what you can't have? Is it just
Well,
you wanting what
no,
you can't
I
have?
want what I want. That's what it is. There, you know what I mean? Well, I want the sugar. What's going on? Well, why can't I have the sugar? I'm paying my
Mhm.
taxes. I will work. I should get more sugar in it. Some people.
I think. Sorry. Just to add, I think sometimes though, I think with the government, I think if they're not getting as much money from something, that's when they try to impose rules and regulations. Per se. Do you know what I mean? You know, I think that's what comes down.
But this is the first time. I hear what you're saying, but this is the first time they've done stuff where they're going, where they really take where it's encroaching on our personal liberties. They've
Sure.
you know, those kind of little small things where, like you said, it's the drinks, it's the whatever, the biscuits or whatever.
Yeah.
Before it's just like if some grand thing that's kind of like they will raise tax, but we kind of pay tax anyway, or they take tax anyway. So it's a bit like, oh, it's just another one of those. But it's one of the first time they've really sort of come on a granular level, like, well, we're gonna feel that. Do you know what I mean? Like we're actually gonna, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I'm gonna challenge that one. Because I think we've seen it recently in the past, within the decade, with the COVID vaccine to travel.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
That was the
first right there, boy.
Yeah,
and also just to add on to a thing that I was going to say. So, G, what I was going to say was that yes, there's one thing the government there's kind of three things that they do. One, the most important thing, they control money, right? So, as in who has what and what. That's obvious, right? Then the other thing they do is want to have control of your liberties, your mind, what you think. So, as Kadeem said, like stuff like the vaccine, there's some people who are for it, some people against it, right? But sometimes that's what they want. They want people to fight among themselves rather than actual what the real bigger picture. It's always about the bigger picture, right? Yeah. And the third thing is, I think what it do is probably cause like confusion, right? So you don't really know the thing that I think we had a brief talk about. You know, the thing that we kind of what used to shock us doesn't shock us anymore, kind of thing, right? So, so they're kind of taking that away, right? So, like I said, all of this is just magical politics. I mean, you know, us focusing on certain things. You know, if they can't take money off you, let's say, okay, we can't take more money from them, like taxes, or whatever. We'll say, okay, well, we'll tell them where they can sit, where they can wear, where they shouldn't go, right? You control the money, and then if we can't take that away from them, they'll be like, you know, let's cause a bit more confusion. Let's get them focusing on other things. I mean, so there's always something going on than actual what we're focusing on.
That happens every day, it's everyday basis. But no, to both of your point, yes, you're right. COVID, I should have remembered that. I totally raised that out of my mind. But you're right. COVID is a big civil liberty one, and depending on what you believe and what you don't believe, you know what I'm saying. It's a bit, you know what I'm saying. It's a bit controversial. Exactly. Kind of worms. So we'll go from that's something that the government is swinging, but there's another thing where they've done that whole magical thing of ping. Look what they're doing over here, but here's another ping, right? So I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. I'm gonna do it down here. Yes, I can. Okay. So a bit of reading one. We're gonna do that now, right? So they've done the sugar, they've done the Nando's on us, but look what they've said. Pubs could stay open longer under licensing reforms. You know, they've got the priorities right, ain't they? Pubs and bars in London and Wales could see extended opening hours as the government launches a fast-track review on outdated licensing rules. The plans could make it easier for venues to serve food outside and host more live music in a bid to remove unnecessary barriers. Pub landlords and local communities will be able to have their say in a 4-week call for evidence. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer said that the review was about cutting red tape and boosting footfall to support the UK's economic growth. But critics have warned relaxing rules around alcohol would lead to more antisocial behaviour. So Keir said pubs and bars are the beating hearts of our communities and added that the government was backing them to thrive. When our locals do well, our economy does too, he said. The call for evidence will focus on 9 key recommendations from the government's licensing task force, with popular emphasis on streamlining on trade alcohol licensing for hospitality ventures. It said that it plans to cut the cost of licensing, extend business rates, relief, and cut alcohol duty on draft pints. Proposal to remove the local newspaper advertising requirement for a manager wanting to set up on the premises or alter their license was among the task force's other recommendations. What do you think so far, guys?
It's like I come back to Coast Point. Yeah, man, magical politics, boy. Like this is who is calling for this? Like it's okay. Like we know the industry is failing. We know the high street, the retail industry is failing. We know pub industry, hospitality industry is failing because everything costs so much. So I know. Let's just leave things open longer. That's not addressing the issue. Things still cost too much.
Yep.
So, like, energy is now going to cost more on these companies, and there's going to be they're going to have these licenses that they're going to apply for and probably have to be permitted to have and renew. But there's not going to be any additional person. Like, because a pub now has told me, yeah, we're open and serving food and singing and drinking up till 2 a.m. now. Ooh, Wednesday drink up. I'm not now going to the pub. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So this is it's a. I don't know who. Again, like I'm awake to this. Who is this for? This is not of any interest. Maybe some freshers somewhere in the country. Some sixth form students are like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. But who cares? But who cares? Again, like this is and again, so much effort and taxpayers' money and drive is being put into this discussion panel. And then look, media is being put into, somebody is being paid to journal this, to edit this to post it. What? Exactly what you're saying. Like, what is the cost? What is this? Listen to the state of the news that we're talking about so far. This is the mainstream news. How many cans or cups of sugar you can have after you paid for it with your taxpayer money in a restaurant? Yeah. And now what's this? What's this? Really, what is this? That's what I'm saying. What are these? This is not surely in 2025 the talking point of the people.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse because I'm gonna the next one is gonna get worse. But let me just read on. Let me read on. Right, the number of pubs in the UK steadily decreased ever since 2000, according to the British Beer and Pub Association. The association estimates that 378 pubs could close in 2025 across England, Wales, and Scotland, amounting to more than 5,600 direct job losses. The BBC has heard from landlords and customers on government's licensing review. Mark Costello from Leeds, who runs the brewery and tap room, said costs were his main concern. It doesn't matter how long we're allowed to stay open. It costs a huge amount to stay open. So what we need is the customers to fill the place. And they don't have the money to go out like they used to. We need help with business rates, energy, staffing costs, he added. Jay Ashton from Huddersfield, who owns 2 macro pubs, said he has to deal with bureaucratic mountain when dealing with the councils, who he says are barriers to growth. Andy in Heathfield, East Sussex, said the pub he lives next to is making everyone's life a misery, and longer hours and more music will destroy the village. David from Cambridge, who has been a pub goer for 55 years, says the increased business rates, national insurance and minimum wage, and customers with less disposable income are real problems facing pubs. Grammy, what say you? Come on.
Right, I've got several on this one. Right. So, as far as it concerns the actual article itself, I feel that, again, this is one of those government distraction things of let's talk to who we feel is the majority of people and make a point about something that we feel is important to them. Alcohol, yeah, going out. The bit that I feel that is completely missed, which is, as we mentioned earlier, is since the pandemic. Since the pandemic, the world, or I'm going to say the UK, was forced into not consuming everything. Yeah, by lockdown, right? And for a lot of people, I believe that probably opened their eyes of what they should or should not, or how much they were spending their money on certain things. So out of the pandemic, we all came, and we all became a little bit more stingier with what we were doing, a little bit more choiceful about how we were spending our money. On top of that, we've got a lack of increase in wages for everyone, inflation, cost of living. We've got electric companies putting everything up as far as they can put it up as much as possible. So while we're all in this stage of trying to keep our money, somebody somewhere else is trying to spend our money. So the first thing that's going to go is going to be entertainment. We're not going to bother going down to go get drinks. Yeah, why would you? Yeah, if a cocktail is going to cost you £10, yeah, a pint of beer is going to cost you £5-7. Why would you bother? Yeah, you can go get it cheaper elsewhere. Make a better choice. Yeah, so we're already in this mindset. So increasing the time for a business to be able to serve food and alcohol, I feel is the wrong way to look at this, as it is not a benefit for anybody. Yeah, because, for example, let's just take one employee that's at this pub, right? You go to a pub, you're going to have one cook that's out the back there, yeah, serving up everybody's food, right? However many people that is, let's put aside the point. You're now telling that poor guy who's been working probably 8 hours straight, by the way, we're going to add an extra couple of hours on, yeah? His employer has got to pay him that amount of money for that period of time that he's working, yeah? On top of that, he's now working longer hours. Is he allowed to work that many hours without a break? Yeah, because I imagine for most pubs, they're open 7 days a week. Yeah, it's non-stop. Yeah, so then you may have to then now go get a second cook to come in to give the other cook a break. You're now spending more money. Yeah, so it's not a good thing, even just at that base level of one employee. Yeah, of extending, let's just say they extended by 2 hours. Yeah, by doing that, you've already caused more problems than you're presenting as a benefit. Yeah, it to me, it makes zero sense as a net positive to say, yes, you can now serve drink and food for longer. Yeah, there's no, I don't see an added benefit to that. Yeah, and to be honest, it's one of those, maybe I'm just too old. At some point, like the idea was that pretty much, well, back in the day, 11 o'clock was most restaurants, everything else shut down. You had clubs that was open till whatever clock. Yeah, if you wanted to be up that late, you'd be going to the club. You ain't going to the pub. Yeah, and to be honest, if by the time you got to 11 o'clock, it was usually locking. You knew the landlord. You'd be in there, locking time. It's all good. Yeah, an undisclosed agreement. So having this extra advantage, I don't feel is going to work for anybody. Sorry, a lot of points, but yeah, hopefully you got what I meant.
Coffee, what do you think about the antisocial nature of them staying open for longer?
Yeah, I think how Graham put that very simple logic of hiring one more person and it just mess up everybody. You know what I mean? It's just stupid idea. Personally, that's the thing. It's just a stupid idea because that's ironic, isn't it? So they're telling you at Nando. So we just go back, So they're telling you at Nando, only get one drink here, but what you can do is then go to a pub here and then get a drink there and stay there a bit longer. Like what? What's what? Like what do you want? I mean, and also who's gonna be staying up? And who's gonna be staying up? Who go to the pub and stay to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning? Like no one's gonna be doing all that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, certain. Remember, the people who go Nando's aren't necessarily people that go to the pub. So they're clearly defining, what I mean, the type of people.
But I think what I'm trying to say, I think the word I'm looking for is probably counterproductive, isn't it? It's counterproductive because, like I said, I just think that kind of logic is just nonsense. Because they're saying once, okay, we need to try and get the pub, and you're right. It's funny how they're trying to tackle the public with alcohol, because alcohol is very big in the UK, as we know, right? But then, as Graham was said on, Graham said it, but It says like, okay, but people still have no money. So you know what I mean? Don't tell them like, you know, you want to keep places open longer. What about the money they're gonna need to do that? You know, like, are you gonna give people extra money to be able to do that?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
And it makes a good point.
It would
The
just give people
landlords now,
spend
the
credit.
extra
Just spend their credit
electricity,
to go and have
extra.
another drink.
So say that again.
But just spend their credit to have another drink. That's what it would be.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what could happen as well. You just people end up spending money they don't have because we can start a bit longer now. It's always one of those things where when you're in sorrow or you're pity, you spend money to take care of some kind of, you know what I mean? So people would do that. You know, I guess when you're down and dark, like people, you're down and dark, you end up you maybe you start drinking more or eating badly or buying crap, whatever, trying to fill up that kind of void. Does that make sense? So maybe that's that kind of cynical thing they're trying to do. Well, make spend money you don't have, I think.
Kadeem.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, for me, the strongest echoing point is that you can do all of this. I'm not leaving the yard. Yeah, you have to incentivize me to go to these things. I don't care what happens after 11 o'clock in terms of if something is opening longer or closing longer. What? Again, it's not and it's not free. In fact, it needs to make me money. Why would I be looking to do it? Like, there's a couple of points. I'm going to just get in the soapbox here.
Really, when they're not targeting us. Us
No.
they're targeting. Yeah.
Yeah. No, like you said, Nando's goers and pub goers are very different. But I think it comes back to, you see, the subtlety of what I said in terms of the control over our foods. Yeah. Because if this was a health related issue, yeah, if the tax on sugar was to actually benefit children, yeah, in the same regard, why does that all go out the window when they're 18 and they allow them to just drink themselves into a stupor? Because we're treating alcohol like it's no longer the big issue, or it's no longer a health crisis or a health concern. Like,
yeah, because
he didn't open longer.
He didn't want to say anything about that. I know there's health issues, but maybe we could. He didn't want to address that. He was like, "Yeah."
No one's talked about that. No one's talked about the increased crime that would start. No one's talking about the increased relapses for people that are substance abusers that would cause. We're not talking about these things. So, and the impact that also would have on the youth. So again, I don't understand why.
Remember, they're the ones that said mental health is not an issue. Remember, they said it doesn't exist.
No, but it's not. Let's ignore mental health. I'm talking about actual physical health here. We're talking about actual physical health. The health that we're talking about that would recognize.
No, but I'm saying because they said that, they're not going to focus on the physical health. That's what I'm trying to say. They're the ones that said that. They're not going to be addressing anything else. Because the money takes out the window, isn't it?
The group that has the largest proportionate chance of voting will be the group that is cared about. And in this instance, I would argue that it's more important to have the pub goers vote than the Nando's attendee voters. Yeah,
or maybe culture. Because the drinking is the culture. Yeah, the Nando's is some imported thing that they don't.
Nando's is some imported thing. Like Kofi said from the beginning, even being Nando's, it's not like what it used to be in it. It's not the same. We ain't been out. Everybody kind of agree mutually. It's not what it used to be in it. A pub goer would never say that. A pub goer, like you say, that pub goer, I've been going to the pub for 50 years.
Yep.
50 odd years, man. He's like, nah, never happened in my name.
You ask that brother, how's the pub? What's the pub like? And the guy's like, the pub's the best. The pub is great.
Yep. Me and my one mate
been drinking the same pint from the same tap in the same seat with looking out the same window for 50 years.
My buddy walks in the corner looking at me.
Yes. I got my flag up. Like, it's mad. And that level of unity isn't there for Nando's at Nando's. Brothers there's no one that said they've been to the same Nando's for 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, got the same meal. Like I say, go to Nando's one time, they get vexed at the fact that they didn't get a stamp, but now they get vexed at the fact that somebody told them they can't have free refill. They're gone. Boycott.
Listen, that low-key would have been me a couple of years ago, not gonna lie. What was I going to say? Yeah, if they really wanted to combat, what are you laughing for?
It's just funny you walking into Nando's and being like usual.
Serious, you think it's jokes? I said, bro, you know what I want, bro. You know what I want. Oh yeah, okay. I don't need no stamps, bro. No, what was I gonna say? Yes, to threw me right off, man. Took me thinking about no food. So if they really want things to be healthy, what they would really do is bring the price of healthy food down. Yeah, because if you want to be healthy in this country, bruh, it broke you. Yeah, yeah, fresh food, and healthy food, healthy purchases, or stuff. It is expensive, but I can go to the chicken shop and spend £3 and get a whole meal and a drink, but I can't spend £3 and get nothing healthy. You get for £3. You mad, bruv? That's like triple price.
It's funny, Gavin. It's funny you said that. I remember having a conversation with someone the other day. Do you know what? Do you know why that is? Yeah, because see, you're talking logic, but government, they don't think that way, right? Because there's more people who eat meat, right? So the more people eat meat, you put it even put it cheaper, the more people going to buy it. The reason why vegetables or vegetarian option, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't know. But the reason why it's a vegetarian more expensive because there's not many people are vegetarian, so that's why you put a part that they bump up prices extra £1, extra £2, whatever. So I mean, and it's one of those things, isn't it? You're right. It's a good point. You got £10, right? You go to my Lidl or Iceland. Our supermarket is available, obviously. That you get £10 and you want to get like a weekly food, and it'll just always be the meats that you can get like burgers, chips, pizza, whatever, all for £10. It's just something like Iceland. But vegetables, it's expensive. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's. And if people think, oh well, I want to be healthy, but it's cheaper to get burgers, right? So and that's quite sad because you think that if you want people to eat healthy, make food more affordable. If you want people to eat less sugar, don't put sugar in everything. You know what I mean? Don't make sugar canned drinks or don't make drinks fizz drink more cheaper than fruit juice. If that makes sense. But hey ho, what do I know?
Totally. All right, let's go into the next one. I was going to go into get something else, but on to the next one. So we've looked at the sugar, we've looked at the pubs. Now we're going to look at something that's really gonna rock you. Okay, all right. This wasn't by design; it's just the way that it's gone. By the way, yeah.
Okay.
So all those people who like to travel, it's got this new thing coming in. Yeah. This article is from the 5th of September, so it's a bit old. So you may have heard of it, but I want to just highlight it because some people may not be aware. So let's see. Who's that one? There we go. All right. So this is called "How Will the EU's New Border System Work?" Okay. I want to get your thoughts on this. All right. So the next time you travel from the UK to Europe, you might notice some changes. The EU's much delayed new digital border system, the entry-exit system, or the EES, will be gradually introduced this autumn. The system is meant to strengthen security and ultimately make travel smoother, but there have been concerns there will be queues when people register. What is EES and where is it being introduced? The EES is a digital system designed to keep track of when non-EU citizens enter and leave the Schengen area. Okay, this covers 29 European countries, mainly the EU, which people can travel across without border controls. It includes many popular destinations for UK travelers, such as France, Spain, Portugal, Italy, and Greece. Under the new system, fingerprints and a photo have to be registered. EES will eventually replace the current system of passports being stamped by a border officer. Okay, so when will this start? After being postponed several times, the European Commission confirmed July that the EES will begin in the 12th of October. It will be gradually phased in over 6 months. This means that your first encounter EES will depend on where you are traveling to and when. At Dover, ferry passengers in coaches will start using the current system on the 12th of October, followed by the other tourist traffic on the 1st of November. At Eurostar terminals, only a small number of business travelers will be invited to use it from 12th of October. More passengers will be directed to it over the months. Okay, let me get to this thing now. Hold on. Okay, all right. So the first time they use the system, people from most non-EU countries, including the UK, have to register biometric information or having their passport scanned. This may be done with a border officer or at an automated machine, depending on where people travel to. Flight passengers will register when they arrive at their destination airport, but registration will be done as you leave the UK if you are crossing the English Channel by ferry from the port of Dover, taking Eurotunnel shuttle to France. At these places, most passengers will have to follow the instructions at special kiosks. The machines will scan each passport, then take fingerprints and a photo. Children under 12 won't have to provide fingerprints. Staff should be on hand to help. The screen will also present travelers with 4 questions about their trip, such as confirming where they will be staying and that they have enough money. However, at Eurotunnel, those questions will be asked by border officers on a discretionary basis. So who are they going to target? The port of Dover has had to make big changes. It has reclaimed some land from the sea to create an additional processing area. People will head to this new area a mile from the ferry terminal to do their EES checks. Yes, what do we think about this?
What you said there was mad. They reclaimed land from the sea. Just sprinkle that one in right at the end. I don't know if anybody else picked up on that.
Wait. Let me just read this bit. Sorry. What are the concerns about introduction of EES? Sorry, I have to forget this bit. Concerns have reportedly been raised that the extra couple of minutes it takes for each traveler to complete the registration process will lead to big queues, particularly at space-constrained Dover. However, bosses at cross-channel travel hubs hope that the decision to introduce EES gradually, instead of with a big bang start, will reduce the risk of disruption. Eurotunnel chiefs have said there will be no chaos or queues at the Channel Tunnel, insisting his company has done extensive modeling and is fully prepared. Similarly, Eurostar hopes its decision to limit EES initially to some business travelers before expanding its use will prevent queues. Okay, cool. I'm not reading in this part.
I love that the takeaway is queues.
Yes.
Isn't it?
No, British people
How
like a
could
queue,
you
innit?
read all of that and be like, that's the biggest problem.
That's the biggest
I'm
problem
gonna have
here.
to wait 2 extra minutes. Like, wow. Right.
Oh! I just so here was the bottom. It will cost €20 or £17.14 per application,
Mhm.
and will be valid for
Oh.
3 years.
Okay.
People aged under 18 and 70 will need to apply, but won't have to pay.
You're right if I
When
dig
did
in?
we vote this in?
Well, you wouldn't have. This is the joys of Brexit. This is Europe. Whether you like it or not, we're doing it.
When did anybody vote this in, bro? I want to be up there.
In the back
Agreed,
door.
like,
Kofi's words is amazing. He said the magic politics, bro. While we're over here worrying about
Isn't it?
Nando's, they're shuffling this thing
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Coming from a very deep tech background, I have so many concerns with all of this. Yeah, but on such an enormous level. Okay, queues is not one of them. Okay, so that's not going to be one of my bullet points. The initial issue I have is the expectation that you can hand off something like border control to effectively a computer and to be effectively self-serve. Yeah, to be like, as you have in a supermarket, you go in, you go get your food, beep it yourself. Yeah, right. You're going to check yourself in. Right. Nobody's actually going to physically look at you, physically check your passport. Are you who you say you are? It's going to be literally down to a binary thing of you put your passport in, it will scan your face on your passport, it will scan your face in real life, and it's up to a computer to then figure out are you matching or not. If it doesn't like you, no. The computer says no. There won't be a option of an actual human there going, oh right, you're wearing shades today. Yeah. All right, you're wearing a hat today. Yeah, it don't care. Yeah.
It could be black coming from your holiday today.
Yeah, exactly.
Appreciate
There is
darker.
zero feeling or any sort of humanity as far as it concerns any sort of binary decisions. Yeah, they are binaries. It's zeros and ones and twos. It only goes one or two directions. Yep, it's either yes or no. And the separate part I have this is around security. End of the day, regardless of however anybody manages their online life, no system is secure. Giving off your information to an unknown party is asking for so many problems and so many issues for you in the future or any time after that. So regardless of whether it's an EU government taking your information and storing it somewhere in hopes that maybe one day next year you'll come back on another holiday, that information is still there. That's still information that they've taken that you haven't actually given them. They've just taken it and it's stored somewhere.
It's mandatory, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's being used for whatever reason you don't know. Yeah. You didn't sign up for them terms and conditions. You literally have zero idea where your identity is being used and how it's being processed anywhere else. So I feel there's so many issues with this, big time. Like just like from a technological perspective, yeah, like I said, there's so many issues with the fact that it is something that is mandatory. I get it from a processing perspective that it seems to be cost cutting, that it's a lot easier to get everybody to self-serve as they come through. Yeah, it may seem that that seems like the best way to do things. Yeah, that you don't have to hire human people, but at the same time, something that is, I would consider, needs some level of humanity is being taken away. Like that decision of when somebody actually physically looks at you standing there and physically looks at your paperwork. Yes, there is always going to be an element of human error. Somebody may miss something that's happening on the day, having a bad day happens, but there needs to be some level of humanity in that process. Yeah, it's not something that you can kind of just go, all right, well, today you don't match your passport 100%, therefore you're not allowed in the country. Or, oh, you don't match you look very similar to somebody else. Right, it's prison for you. Like that, because that's literally what it will be. It will be that immediately, as soon as you match something and the computer says, oh, you've matched this other person, it'll be, oh, right, he's on our wanted list. Prison for you. And all you've done is just gone on your holiday. Do you know what I mean? That's all it takes. And there's not going to be any human there to kind of say, actually, hold on, we've got this wrong. Yeah, it will just be what the computer says.
That they match up the face with the fingerprint, hopefully.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Hopefully, you put in your trust.
Every country is going to be different because every country's got better infrastructure than others and so forth.
And different software, and software is not infallible. Yeah,
damn right.
I've my entire career is made on fixing problems of software, so it is not infallible at any level. Yeah, we are nowhere near to that level at all. So there's always going to be a fault somewhere. Yeah, and then as well, for example, what happens one day? Computers go down. Yeah, all this whole entire system has gone down one day. You're going to do what? Rush in and hurry back all the people you fired for one day? Yeah, because all your systems down. It's just, I said it. This sort of thing, I don't feel should be a self-serve task. Yeah, or should be offloaded to a sort of a computer decision.
Yeah, they feel that it's gonna help things anyway.
Yeah. So sorry for the tech run, but yeah,
that's all right. It's all right. Coach, what do you think?
Just to jump on the back of what Graham was saying there, I think for me, my biggest take from all of this, and I don't know, you can call me conspiracy theorist, whatever, but I'm very old-fashioned in the sense of, I like conversation with people, human beings. Human beings, what we are. I like conversation with human beings. I'm kind of person, I like to have cash. When I go, I like to pay cash. Everything like tap on. I hear all that nonsense. What am I tapping? Why's everything tap on? It's annoying. Because as Graham said there, what happens one day if all the computers shut down? What do you do? Because people was like, oh, I like tapping on. It's a convenience. To get convenience, like you have no control. The way you keep tapping everything, you have no control of anything. And all of this digital passports, like we're losing control of our being, of human beings as people. Do you know what I mean? How can you have things like this where you're taking away jobs from people, human beings? you put an AI robot into the thing. Like the robot can say, robot can have a bad day. Say, you know what, you're not coming in because we say so. What you do? What you do then? You go, are you gonna stand and fight a robot? And what's happening? Like,
deaf.
do you know what I mean? Exactly. Because that can happen. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes I think sometimes what happens, like I've said this before. Sometimes people in general in England, we have this thing where I think England, we have a nation of complainers but no campaigners, right? People want to talk about all of the, oh, we want things quickly, today. Yeah, but you want everything today. You're taking off you're kind of destroying tomorrow in terms of, like, you know, all of this. You go into the shop and like there's this checkout machine that like to do stuff. You come out Lidl, you need a receipt to come out shop. Like, what's going on? It's like, you know what I mean? I have to, boy, what did this have a receipt for? You know, it's just there's too much, you know. And then all of this idea about it's all about just wanting to know who we are, where we're going, what we're doing, who we're hanging out with, blah blah blah. Which in some case of the safety, I can understand, but don't do too much. Don't do too much. That's what I'm saying. I mean, for me, I hate most things technology, but all of this stuff like digital ID and then anything you're self-scanning. You go holiday. You can check in yourself. Like, really? Like what happened to people at the desk? Like, talk to people. Do you know what I mean? It's like, soon there's no jobs available. You know what I mean? So Graham, you might be the only one that might have a job out of all of us. But we work with people. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Now, somewhere, there's always going to need to be a computer fixed or some piece of software fixed. I probably will have a job somewhere.
That's what I'm saying.
You and plumbers will always have a job, bro.
Yeah,
sorry?
for now.
Yeah, him and plumbers will always have a job.
Plumbers, yeah. True.
Kadeem, what say you, man? Been very quiet.
It's a tricky one.
Thanks,
it's a tricky one. I agree. I don't think there's a need to do this. I agree with both Graham and you, Kof. Why do you need to do this and add so many additional problems? We saw it recently with this blackout in Spain and across Europe for the 24 hours that shut down everything, and when Heathrow didn't have any Wi-Fi and internet was down and the world kind of stopped. Convenience isn't always the best thing to. What came to mind is something that my mum always used to say to me: a shortcut is the quick route to your death. Now, as morbid as that might be, doing everything the easiest possible route isn't necessarily the best thing to do, and having everything done for you inconvenience to the degree where you're maybe losing the ability to do it for yourself is an issue. And like you say, taking out this kind of humane nature of and going down to a binary level of, do you have paperwork, yes or no? Is this you, yes or no? Like, there's and not recognizing potentially that somebody might be fleeing abuse or having a crisis or being forced against their will. All of those things are going to be taken out by the fact that the computer just assesses that this is that person. There are other reasons why somebody maybe should be questioned or engaged with when they're trying to exit or enter a country, not just for the idea that somebody is in a potential terrorist. But again, what if they are a victim of something? So it's, again, like with these kind of large scale changes as well, like to start taking your biometric information without, like, why? So why? So again, we didn't. That's something that we should be choosing to just vote on and take discussion on not the opening and closing times of pubs. Like, it flabbergasts me that we are. And do you know what it is as well? Like, it's just such a casual, like you say, just such a casual acceptance of these things. Like, the big issue would be queues. Like, that in no way, it's not the problem. And the cost of all this as well. I'm concerned about the cost of all this, the infrastructure. Like, so you say it's supposed to be a cost saving exercise potentially, but we really know that it's about control and monitoring. But the cost, how much is it going to cost to update, maintain, service, and run this technology? Because it needs to be faultless. You can't tell me that if I go to Heathrow, they're running version 2.8, but I go to Gatwick and they're running version 3.5. And because Heathrow didn't have 3.5 and I went to 3.5 last time, they don't know it's me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what this can't happen. There's so many problems
And
here.
you know, in this country, that is gonna happen. Like that is not no way. No, you know when the Olympics, right? You know when the Olympics, right? Remember we said we got the Olympics, and everyone was like, "Oh, we got the Olympics! It's so amazing." Swear down, everyone thought it's gonna mash up. It's gonna be the worst thing ever. However, they found a way to make it work. Mostly because British people weren't involved. Just saying it, yeah. It's mostly the IOC was involved, right? It wasn't nothing to do with them, right? What you said makes perfect sense, Kadeem, because we would be the ones that have the 2.8, and the rest of Europe would have the 3.5 because we're not in the EU.
Yep.
And they will use it as a crutch or something. Oh, you want to travel to our place? You're gonna have to do something to get your upgrade or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just mad. So anyway, I'm gonna go on that note to the next one, right? We're gonna get to your ones that you sent me already, right? But we're gonna do the last one. Okay. All right. This one is nuts. So we've talked about digital ID and our information and our whatevers. So the headline of this one is ID photos of 70,000 users may have been leaked, Discord says. So what you saying, Greg? This is right up your street, right?
No. I know it's right up my street because this is exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
That it's the eagerness of everyone to hand over their information for convenience. 99% of the time these days, it's for a like, share, or subscribe. That's usually the easiest currency to take your face, your fingerprint, what you're doing in your day-to-day life. That's the easy currency. And yeah, so something like this. Now, to be honest, my issue with this is twofold. So Discord at the minute, for those that don't know, is a very large well-used piece of software
app, isn't it?
for basically just chatting, messaging. It's kind of replaced what most people used to use as forums. So it's basically a way for people to come together, chat with loads of different people, etc., etc. So it's a massive piece of software. So mixed in with this is the recent requirement from the UK government for anything that you want to see that is deemed not for children, where you have to present your ID and provide your identity to a random third party. So the problem is that most people have gone through this process because they want to access elements on Discord that are for 18 plus. And now we've got a security breach, which is exactly what I said, like no system is infallible, where your passport or whatever you've used to identify yourself as over 18 has now been breached and shared amongst who knows who. You have no idea where your identity is now at this point in the world, and it's forevermore out there. Yeah, internet never forgets. That is whatever. Once it's out there, you're done. There's no sort of bringing it back. Yeah, there's no bringing it back. So as far as it concerns like the actual security breach, these happen more regularly than most people realize. Yeah, and it's very likely that this particular breach probably happened months ago. They just have to legally disclose it now because it's probably at the end of their I think they have like a 3-month period where they have to review what they have to do. So this very likely happened like 3 months ago. Yeah, but it's only being publicized now. So it but again, for those people that had put in their ID, yeah, because they wanted to seek on it because it was mandated to them by the government, they have now got their data in the hands of who knows who at this point.
And the thing is, they're not talking about it on mainstream news. They're not talking about this stuff. They're not talking about it. As much as this, it's on. This is BBC News website. They're not talking about it in the mainstream news.
Yeah, and it should be a much bigger deal because effectively Discord is just one piece of software. Like again, this is the same thing as if you were to go on like I don't know, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, everything else like somewhere where you're going to talk to people in general. Yeah, it's a way for you to communicate. So if it came about one day that I don't know, the UK government decided to mandate that actually hold on, it turns out that Facebook group you've been having with your mates is 18 plus. You're now going to have to now share your ID to get access to that group. Yeah. All right. Imagine that pops up on your phone. Yeah. how many people do you know to keep in that contact with their mates and share whatever they're sharing in there are just going to do it without even thinking twice?
Mm.
And then all it takes is, like I said, somebody's come in along and go, you know what? Let me take that data. Let me take all your identity. I know now your passport number. I know your driving license number. I know your face. Yeah, whatever else you've put in digitally. Yeah, again, like even in relation to the digital passports that they wanted to do for the previous article, doing your fingerprint. You know, if your way to fingerprint yourself is to say I'm over 18 is by using your fingerprint. Now somebody's got that. Yeah, that is like your unique piece of identity that can technically should not be able in real life be able to be replicated. Now can be.
Yeah,
They can
When it
totally
comes
pretend
over.
to be you up and down. Yeah, like yeah, it's not like.
We've all seen the films. We've all seen the films, isn't it? Where
Yeah,
you know,
well, I'd probably say it's a lot worse now, like than the films now, because it's the case of back then. A lot of people was this, the biggest worry was that, oh, somebody's going to take a credit card out in your name. Yeah. Oh, they're going to mess with your credit rating. No, it's a lot worse now. Like, imagine we get to a point now where effectively somebody can literally clone you online. Yeah. Everything you do in your day-to-day life, everything goes through some sort of computer process. Yeah. Imagine all of that is taken away and you have no ability to get back, zero ability to prove you are yourself.
Mm.
Yeah, because you will have
Happened
zero
before.
ability.
It's happened to
Yes.
people, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just even like at a financial level you'll be like taken down. It is literally your entire identity is gone. Yeah, that you aren't who you say you are, because you can't prove who you say you are because somebody else has proved that they are who you are.
It
Hope that
sounds
makes
like
sense.
And
It
it's
sounds-
worse because
it
there's no
sounds- it
discerning
sounds like a-
humans in the system as well.
Yeah.
It
Make
sounds
it worse.
it sounds like a movie, Graham. Do you know what I mean? It sounds like a movie. You know what I mean? It sounds
I wish
like
it was
a
that simple.
horror movie. You know what I
It
mean?
is a horror movie. It is a horror
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
Yes,
a horror movie. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the
Mm.
words. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's crazy though. Imagine that. Like you can't prove that you are who you are, but someone can prove that they are
Prove
who
they
you
are
are.
you. Exactly. That's what I'm
Shit,
saying.
man.
And
Whoa.
a human
That's
is the
cool.
only person that can discern that actually they're not you, because your face is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your face is
You
who
can read
you
the
are.
emotion. Yeah,
You know what I mean? But if you haven't got that and you see computers, like Grammy said, it's over. Anyway, let me read this. So Discord messaging platform popular with gamers says official ID photos of around 70,000 users have potentially been leaked after a cyber attack. The platform, which has more than 200 million users worldwide, says hackers had targeted a firm that helped to verify the ages of its users, but the Discord platform itself was not breached. People can provide ID photos to verify their age on Discord, a networking hub for players to chat and share files with other gamers in the community. The leaked data may involve personal information, partial credit card details, and messages that were exchanged with Discord's customer service agents, the San Francisco-based company says. No full credit card details, passwords, or messages and activity beyond conversations with Discord customer service agents were leaked, the firm says. All impacted users have been contacted, and Discord is working with law enforcement to investigate the matter further. They added that the platform said it was revoked the customer support provider's access to the system that was targeted in the breach. Discord did not name the third-party company involved. And it said the spokesman for Discord told the police that those claims are inaccurate and part of an attempt to extort payment. Because someone said the breach was bigger than Discord had revealed. The spokesperson said the breach was not a ransomware attack. We will not reward those responsible for illegal actions, the spokesperson said. Cyber criminals frequently targeted personal data, which can command a high price on the black market for use in scams. Information like full names and official ID numbers is especially valuable because, unlike credit and card details, it typically remains unchanged over time. Discord has previously strengthened its age verification measures in response to concerns that some servers on the platform were using it to distribute pornographic and extremist material. Dean.
Magical politics.
Yep.
Is it just more of the same? I don't know, bro. I don't, again, like is it's
I'm
I
speechless.
don't know how I feel.
Speechless.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I think it comes back to Graham's point. So like, yeah, this ID verification thing to access material that the UK has introduced that might be deemed not appropriate for children in the benefit and interest of protecting children from witnessing and accessing this kind of material. Again, I think that is the bigger issue is about the lack of consistency and accredited accountability of the supposed services that are supposed to host the data and hold the data that we are verifying this access with. Because like we're saying, when we verify that we are 18 with Discord versus when we verify that we are 18 with Instagram versus when you verify when you're 18 with Facebook, it's all going to different providers, and all of these are private companies. So like, it's just that I don't understand. It kind of gives me the ick, man. It irks me because I don't understand why I'm the only one so openly, obviously unhappy and not comfortable with that. And like, why is, and everybody else is just like, yeah, cool. Let me carry on. Yeah, look at me posting it up. Ooh, let me do my dance. Like, I'm like, man is telling you that now you, in order to move to or go to a country, not only do you need to show your passport, which in order to get your passport, you need a document signed and a picture signed by somebody who's known you for like 10 years. And you also need to have your birth certificate verified. So the passport wasn't enough because there wasn't enough verification there. Now we need to also have your picture of your face, which was in the passport. But no, we need to digitally scan that shit. We need 3D printing of your face. We need to know the structure of your jaw. We need dental records, yeah. And then along with that, we need to know. Listen to what they're asking, because the biometrics of your skin, that's your fingerprinting. They need to know the texture and imprint of your skin. This is mad. You're giving this to something that isn't human. Again, and you're then asking something not human to credible or confirm that you are human enough for entry. This is insane. This is sci-fi. This was the sci-fi, like you said, Coach, is right. Yeah, and Graham, what you talking is right, because this is what 30, 40 years ago, this would be a blockbuster movie that everybody would be going to see and be screaming and people would be throwing up and passing out. Yeah, at the concept, at the mere concept. Now everybody's like, yeah, cool. Let's just, take a drug. Let's inject yourself with a drug to allow yourself to get a permit and a pass to then go and give you biometric data to go somewhere where they're probably not even going to welcome you there, and you can't afford to go because, like we said, all this time the people don't have no money. The main issue is the fact that people can't afford to do anything. But no, don't worry about that. Let's just worry about where they're going.
Let's make sure we also protect the children while we do that as well. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
They can't be fat. They can't be fat.
No,
It's obesity the problem.
True.
Yeah, can't be fat. Nobody can be fat. No one's allowed to be fat, and their teeth rotten. This is, we're going further down the rabbit hole here. What is the plan for digital IDs, and will they be mandatory? We will know about digital IDs already, I hope. The government has announced plans to introduce a digital ID system across the UK. The Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, saying it will ensure countries' borders are more secure. The IDs will not have to be carried day to day, but they will be compulsory for anyone who wanting to work. The government says the scheme will be rolled out by the end of Parliament, meaning before the next general election, which by law must be no later than 2029. Why are they introducing it? The government said they introduced it to prove a person's right to live and work in the UK. They will take the form of an app-based system stored on smartphones in a similar way as an NHS app or digital bank cards. The information on the holder's residency status, name, date of birth, nationality, and photo will be included. Announcing the scheme, Keir Starmer said you will not be able to work in the UK, United Kingdom, if you do not have a digital ID. It's as simple as that. The government says the scheme is designed to curb illegal immigration by making it harder for people without status to find jobs. Ministers argued this is one of the key full factors for migrants entering the UK legally. Employers will no longer be able to rely on a national insurance number, which is currently used to be part of proof of right to work or paper-based checks. At the moment, it is quite easy to borrow, steal, or use someone else's national insurance number. That is part of the problem in the shadow economy people sharing national insurance numbers, for example. The idea is that having a picture attached would make it, in theory, harder to abuse that system. However, the government leader, conservative leader, Kemi Badenoch said that while there are arguments for and against digital ID making it mandatory, it requires a proper national debate. She's right. In a post on X, she said, "Can we really trust Labour to implement an expensive national program that will impact all our lives and put additional burdens on the law-abiding people? I doubt it." So it's not the fact that it's wrong; it's just that Labour are doing it.
All right, I'm gonna jump in on that one because okay, like, what happened to track and trace? What happened to the track and trace app? Just that wasn't a track and trace
come back
app.
to that, innit, I guess.
Just
Labour
go
Democrat Shadow Attorney General Ben Maguire told the BBC that the party was struggling to see how the policy would have meaningful impact on illegal immigration. So,
Right. So, to point two bits together, previous article that you just read, yeah, government mandated ID was used on a piece of software that got breached. Yeah. So those 70,000 people, yeah, their digital ID is now in the hands of who knows who. Okay. So this whole excuse of it making it harder for people to come in illegally, work illegally, whatever else, I'd argue it's the opposite. Yeah, because as I said earlier, if somebody gets your ID, they are now you. You are no longer you. So if they want to go work as you and get whatever job they want as you, they could go do that. There's not going to be a human decision in there to go, hold on, you don't look like this person. You don't have that birth certificate. You weren't born here. Yeah. Or actually to go and validate that, it's literally going to be, oh, look, you've got an ID. Here's a chip. But we'll get to a point where we are going to be just using that. It's not going to be in your phone. Yeah. It's just going to be in your body, biochip. There's your bank account. There's your financial information. There's your life. There's your passport. There's your ID. It's literally all going to be in your body at that point. Yeah. And it's still technology. It still can be copied. It still can be moved, shifted, changed, manipulated. Yeah. So if somebody wants to be you, they can be, as long as they get access to your data. As soon as you've given your data over, that's it. That you've lost all control over who you are. Yeah, and it sounds crazy what I'm like saying, but it is that deep. Like where it is a point.
It sounds so sci-fi, innit? It sounds so sci-fi.
It's not. Yeah, it's like I grew up like wishing we'd have a better sci-fi journey of where humanity would be all better, but it is one of those things where we are getting to those sort of darker sci-fis of where things are that deeply controlled, and all of those elements that we've kind of entertained ourselves are actually real life now. Yeah, and it's like it does still upset me that I'm old enough to see things that were fun and interesting ideas actually be real life now. That's where we've got to. Yeah, it's scary, but at the same time, like I said, it is something that seriously people need to really seriously think about. Of when I am providing this information, who is it I'm providing it to, and what are they going to do with it? Yeah.
But but this is the extension of Tony Blair, who wanted the ID cards from way ... And he's part of a consortium of people who are in charge of bringing in this digital ID. Yeah.
So
he's one who's been put in charge of certain gatekeeping.
I would say it goes beyond government at this point.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. He's
now we have a point of, and this is something I will say to a lot of people in general. Okay, for the last double decade, we've spent so much of our time providing so much information to private companies. Yeah. All right. Regardless of how far back you go. Yeah. If you want to go back to Microsoft, MSN Messenger, you want to go to Bebo, MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, X, Twitter, all of these are just companies, yeah. But the service that we feel that they provided for free is that social service. However, by using those services for the however many decades, how many pictures
Nothing's for
of
free.
yourself have you uploaded? How
Mm.
many of your faces have you put up on in different ways, expressions?
Mm.
You've been providing for decades. Yeah. How many videos have you uploaded? Yeah. We got all your voice biometrics. We can tell exactly how you talk, what cadence you talk in, how you talk. Yeah. If somebody wanted to make a copy of you, they could. Yeah. Because you spent the last decade handing over all that information. Yeah. So, like I said, is that if you want to eventually get to a point of proving you are you, it's very easy for somebody else to do the same because they've got all of that data there that effectively most people have just given away for free and not thought about it twice.
Especially when they take away the humans, boy.
Yeah,
Kadeem,
exactly.
Kadeem, long blinks. What's going on? Come on.
Sorry, man.
No,
It's been
I agree. I agree. Like, it's, I don't know. This is it's obviously we have to progress in it. If I sit on the other side of the fence, yeah, and say that progression is going to happen in some way. Go back to Graham's point. Like, yeah, sci-fi was going to go one way. It was going to go dark. It was going to go light. And the unfortunate truth is most of the most successful sci-fis have been the darker ones. So it's not too much of a surprise that that is how society and the world has been inspired and leans towards that form of technology. Again, like we talked about, let's go back to Terminator. Yeah, some people would argue Terminator, the big greatest sci-fi of all time. Yeah. That story was literally what we are seeing today. Literally what we are saying. That is exactly the same. We don't have robots running around where you can shoot their skin up and they turn into magnetics.
It's Skynet. You got to be worried.
But Skynet, yeah, it's the Skynet aspect, or what you could class as ChatGPT, or again, all these things, robots, AI, again, because it's not, again, that's another thing that's really annoying me. And Graham, maybe you can, because this is your industry, so you can tie this up on a more professional level, yeah. But we keep separating this robots and AI business, yeah. Everybody keeps saying robots and then AI is separate. When I say AI, I include robots in that because it's not far from apart. Like at the moment, everybody's talking about everything is going to have AI implemented into it soon. If it's not going to be your fridge, your TV, your toilet, so everything is going to be a little bit. The idea or the definition of robot is going to be different with the inclusion of AI. So I think we're there. Like, hit me, Graham. What again? From that perspective,
right.
Where are you at?
From that perspective, the reason, right? So hopefully I'm trying to break this down as best as I can. AI is effectively a marketing term. It's something that everybody recognizes and understands. Okay, that's all it is. Yeah. And there's a reason why people want to divide up these things now, because the idea of what AI should be, we are nowhere near.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Right. Artificial intelligence is literally intelligence, or being able to make an intelligent decision based on the information you got. Okay. What we have at the minute is something that we have always had, which is advanced decision makers. Like I said, it's still binary. It's still yes or no, ones and zeros. All it is that now we've just basically condensed that down to, okay, here's all this data. If somebody asks you this question, you take that data and you answer it this way, or you answer it this way, depending on what it is they ask. It literally is simply still just decision making. So it's nowhere near the AI marketing that they want to do. Yep. So that's the reason why a lot of people are now trying to sort of separate it back out again, rather than saying, oh, we've got AI in this, we've got AI in this, because it isn't intelligent. Yeah, there is no intelligence to it. It is literally taking a data set of information that it already knows, which is why, like I said, like back to the whole passport idea, like I said, is that it's going to have all of your data, and its decision is, do you match or do you not? That's it. And if you so happen to have taken your picture on a slightly shady day, and you so happen to look like another person who looks even slightly similar to you, then it's a match. You know, there isn't any gradient to it. Yep. So, and that decision making process is something that we've already been experiencing for years. Like a lot of people talk about the algorithm, what you see on your feeds, yeah, that you always see in the same thing. It's a decision making process. You fed it that data to say, I like to look at this. So it's just going to make a decision to say, well, here's more of it. Yeah. Oh, you're politically this way. Here's more of that political information that you like. Yeah. And that's how it always works. It's always at its base level is just simply a advanced decision maker. It is not intelligent. And I think that's also the fear I have of going forward, is that people take it as truth. Yeah, that it's trustworthy. Yeah, that something like ChatGPT, it's just a collection of data. It's not necessarily truthful data.
That was my next point. The ChatGPT is the training source for all these Skynets and whatever's. Do you get me? Because we're giving information every single day. The way that we use language. No, but it's the way we use language. That's what it's trying to learn.
Yeah,
it's trying to learn how we use language and how to make it seem like they're giving a realistic human answer to get us to trust it.
Exactly, and that's where we get to that different stages.
And get that point, yeah.
So that's what I mean. Is that in a minute we get to like stage one of feeding all this data. It makes all these decisions. We love it. We start using it every day. We give it, by using it, we're feeding it more data. Like I said, we've been spent however many decades on social media feeding all of our data in.
And it's all AI, isn't it?
And everything now, every app you have, every company has an AI source of data. Yeah. So if you're using Instagram, it's owned by Meta. If you're using WhatsApp, owned by Meta. Yeah, you are using Facebook's owned by Meta. Meta has their own AI, which is fed on double decades of millions of people's data, Facebook posts, everything else. So imagine all of that crap, to be honest, for lack of a better sentence, is the brainchild of what you're asking information from. So when you're saying something simple as, what's the weather like today? Yeah, it's using that crap data, to effectively feed your back information.
What it couldn't do, and what they're trying to get it to do, which makes it seem more human-like, is have context. For it to be able to know what context is, and discern.
Again, it's a decision.
Yes,
because it's basically then taking, right, somebody somewhere asked this question, and someone somewhere answered it this way. Yeah, so there's one decision. Someone somewhere asked the same question and someone else answered it this way. There's another decision. And that's all it's doing. It's literally just pulling in all of these different decisions and reusing them. It's not intelligent. But that's what I mean. It's not to that point of intelligence. Intelligence would be discerning your own response, not utilizing something else.
But that will be what all this data will be used for, though.
It may get to that point. The best way I'll probably put it is, like, think of it as the difference between like a child, like a 3-year-old, that knows language, knows basic words, that knows that if it says dada, it's, it knows who it's referencing. If it says mama, it knows who it's referencing. Versus somebody who's 30 who could tell you a full story about their mother or a full story about their father. That's the difference. Is that the data set that it's using is so arguably small, and also as well the decisions it's making are again small. To us it feels advanced because we're putting in random stuff, whatever else, and it's coming back with responses like a human would, but it's not. It's just making a decision based on what data it's already got. If it didn't have that data, it would be literally dumb. It wouldn't be able to tell you anything. But that intelligence part, which is where the AI part comes in, would be around it actually generating a unique response based on its experience, which we're nowhere near there at this point.
Because that's that in the right road.
It's still using existing data to make a response. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I'm putting this right.
But will do. When Skynet becomes a reality, will do.
Eventually, this is I always fear with that, is where we do get to that point.
Because we've got robots who are fighting now and running in the Olympics.
We've got all it takes is the combination of everything all together, and it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be a wonderful movie at some point for somebody to film.
You've been quiet for a little while. What's going on? What are you thinking?
You're on mute.
He's on mute. He's on mute, man.
You're on mute.
I quite like, Graham, I quite like how you broke down the difference between AI and robot. But I think I'm on the same car as Kadeem. it's all robots to me. Do you know what I mean? It's all robots.
No, that's
to me,
fine.
do you know what I mean?
That's, I
Do you
totally
know what I
agree.
mean?
It's fine.
But the way they dropped it, that makes a lot of sense, and that's a great way of like explaining what all of that difference makes. I think for me, when it comes down to all of this right at the beginning of what Gavin was talking about before, like it's data has been lost. That's what I heard. Do you know what I mean?
No,
That's what I
for
heard.
sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Good.
Like
I'm
we
glad
can
that's
jazz
what you
it
took
up.
away. Yep.
Yeah. We can jazz it up as much as we like.
Nope,
Data's been lost, and Graham, you alluded to it before. Said like nothing. I guess there's always gonna be something that's gonna be things are always gonna go missing, things are gonna be broken. Nothing is once
nothing's
stuff is in
infallible.
the internet, once stuff is in the internet, it's out there, right? So once stuff is in the system, it's in the system. You can never get it back. And for me, that's more scary than rather than people thinking, like, oh yeah, let's do this because it's quick, convenient. People like convenience, but the convenience that I have, once you give it a convenience, you can't really get it back, and like they use it to, what I mean, that's the tier thing. Yes, technology, I keep kind of go back to it, but yes, technology is great in so many ways. Things are convenient, things are quicker, and it can help us in the long run. But it's also so damaging to us as human beings. Just the fact, like, hello, how are you? Oh, how can I help you? The way you go to let me look your passport, bam, then put your passport in, and then computer. It's just.
But even with
computers
that,
have too much power.
but even with that, right? What Graham said was true, right? That even if they did block us from the thing, we'd be so cool with the AI. We'd be like, it's all right, it's fine. I'll go next year. Like that's how we will be like so relaxed when these things come around. Like that. You know what I mean? We'd be like, it's all right, it's fine. The computer is now the human now. That's how they want to train us.
And also, Gav. But with that though, you're not gonna be standing at shouting at machine. What's the machine? Do you know what I mean? You look stupid. Do you know what I mean? Because it's almost like
we wouldn't. But there's some,
No. But what I mean, though, it's almost like they take it. They as I came up before, they take away your liberty of certain things you want to do. People, you want to have interaction with people. You want to have that. You take that away. Like if everything like robot or AI does everything for you, who are you complaining to? A computer screen. Do you know what I mean? Do you know how stupid that is? You're complaining. Oh, I want my ticket. Blah blah blah. Like you're arguing with the computer. The computer says, sorry. The computer say like, sorry, I don't like your tone. I'm gonna end this conversation. Shut down. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, just call police on you while they're there as well.
Imagine, Graham. Let's just imagine you're having an argument or you have a discussion with the AI, or whatever. You made a purchase. The purchase gone wrong. The AI tells you, sorry, I don't like your tone. I'm gonna end this conversation. Bam. That's it. Bam. You're done.
Over. Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
That's what can you do? The point's there. That's when you started stealing somebody's identity. Apparently, you start being somebody else.
The good thing about that is that if a computer's got to that decision, it's got to that decision because one, it knows your bank account is probably in negative. It knows that basically that's your last bit of food that you were trying to get. Yeah, it knows that you're probably at what medical conditions you have. Yeah. And then it's probably gone, you know what? You're a little bit angry. Yeah, your blood pressure is a little bit too high. We need to end this conversation now. Yeah, for your own health, for your own good. Yeah, thank you, sir. Goodbye. Yeah, have a good day.
Yeah.
That's how it works. It's just all of these data points is just that's the reason why it will be that way, and you're going to be stuffed. There's nothing you do. But the problem, next customer,
and it's brilliant that you pointed that out because we come full 180, because or full circle. Because at the beginning you said, the tobacco industry, they label the health issue on the box.
Yeah.
And you have the choice. And you say the same way that you could have a doctor at Nando's with every second glass that you pour tell you about the health benefits. But that AI isn't gonna do that. That robot, that whatever isn't gonna have that.
Well, I'll tell you this now. Maybe all of you at some point have installed a piece of software, a new app on your phone.
No, not me. No, never done that before. No.
And a big blurb of text comes up, and it says,
"Accept
disagree or agree." Yeah. That blurb was your warning. Was anything you do on my app, we will take all of your data and do what the hell we want with it. If you don't want to do it, don't install our app.
Don't
Uninstall it
install
now.
that.
Deny. You had the choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all done it. Yeah. At some point, since the dawn of the
No,
internet.
I haven't done it. I haven't done that.
You know, Graham, do you know what the really scary thing about that is? Like, yeah, we as people now, that probably not us here, but generally, I said not generally, but maybe minority people don't read anything, right? People, you're right. People, like, I come back to what computers. It's just take, they just accept and accept and look where you're looking. Yeah, you're right. The more we accept everything, the amount of stuff that takes off your phone, the amount of stuff that, so you say you don't do. We probably all done it because nobody wants to read through all of the terms and conditions. You know, you
of course
you press accept, right? It's like we say,
I read all the terms and conditions, and I always say no.
Good for you, good for you, good for you, bro.
And you keep the app installed, don't you?
You tell yourself that, but I know, right? But Graham, you know, but that's for me. That's more scary. The fact that, you know, we can say, like I said, we can talk about there's nothing. They're trying to make things quicker and all stuff, but when you hear data is lost, okay, people, that's a warning right there. That's a warning right there. Do you know what I mean? Like a warning right there. Use cash. Don't have to accept everything. Question something. Have a comment. Like read yourself. Like question thing. Like why they want your information? But like sometimes question, as Kadim said before. Like, you know, like sometimes he had to stop. Like why am I the only person? Like why are you accepting this? Why are you doing this? Like why? You know what I mean? We need to ask ourselves more questions. Why? Why do they need so much information? You know, why do they need so much information? And also, why do we keep like accepting it? Why do you keep tapping on, swipe yes, I'll accept, I'll have that, yes, subscribe. No, don't subscribe to nothing, man. Do you know what I mean?
But I guess the whole thing in it is the FOMO in it, the fear of missing out. Because if you don't use the system, you can't use certain things, or you can't get allowed to certain things. You can't even get a job now. You can't get a job if you don't use it now. Right.
Let me just one last quick point, because Graham, you smashed it on that one, and I think that on the back of what you're talking about, something that's scary or the biggest thing to take away in all of this, the idea that, like you say, someone has collected that data, they have that information on you, and they may not use it today. Or tomorrow, or next year,
next decade,
but they have your data. So the idea that at some stage in your life, when you don't know, a clone of yourself could be running around.
Yes,
is
exactly
again, I think
exactly that.
The part that people have slipped away from.
That, yeah.
That's the part that people chills,
exactly
man. Willies, man. I tell you.
And it adds into this is where I fear that there is a mixture of where this AI stuff has gone, where a majority of it appears to be more around creating human-like either images or videos, stuff like that. So it gets to a point of where we are literally building AI to make clones of humans. So we get to that point where, yes, somebody's taken all of your data. Yeah, that's one thing. But now somebody can literally represent you online as you, with all your vocal, your biometrics, everything, because we've trained AI on how you look, how you sound, how you speak, everything, and we can just make a version of you that is exactly you, but not you. This is where this is the level we're getting to, that point. I think that, well, again, this is beside the point, but most recently there was a new version of one of the AI softwares that's making a AI actress. So we get to a point now where you actually have a paid actress that isn't real, doesn't exist, but can act in any film with any actor as they want. They've literally created a human-like person to act like in a film. This is where we're getting to that point where we're not even asking humans to do entertainment anymore. We are now asking computers.
Let me jump on that one then, because you're making another good point there. Like, again, so we're asking people to do and to become humans, like through that training and that education. So let's think about it this way. We are taking people's data, and taking people's identity So that then becomes them. If we give that identity to a robot or an AI or a device, then they can technically be you without you. So you, like you say, so somebody's running around. So your physical self, your physical self, who therefore may not be deemed as eligible to have access to this land, could be asked to leave or reprimanded with a consequence, like you say, whether that be imprisonment or whether that be segregation or isolation or deportation. But your identity could still be in the same place.
Yep.
Your physical self could just be running around getting trafficked and passed around because you aren't of the right cut of cloth, but your identity still is worthy enough to be stolen.
Your
So in
data is worth more than your physical.
So in summary, hypothetically, I could be arrested, put in jail for saying that I'm me when really I'm me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
I am moving to Timbuktu where there's no Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? So I'm doing.
Let's put it in a way that's very likely to happen. Okay. A video of you doing something you shouldn't be doing. Yeah. With everything looks like you. It's in the place that you would inhabit with people maybe that you actually are friends with in the same video. Yeah. Is given over to the police. Yeah. What reason has anybody got to believe that isn't you?
Yeah, I get. There was a film. You know, there's a program about that, talking about that's kind of happened already. Well, not happened, but there's a program about that. Like, you know, some guy was accused of basically abusing a woman, and it wasn't him. It was him, but it wasn't him. That makes sense. He met the woman at the place, but they cut it, and he had left, but they shot it. So it looked like he had hit the woman. It's crazy. And like you said, Graham, what happens then? People see that, it's you on screen, but that's you though, isn't it? You haven't got a twin. You don't have a twin. Do you know what I mean? You're there at the time, so it's just crazy. And sometimes we just think how dangerous this whole technology world can really be. Like, because how, like, Graham, how do you defend that? Like, it's not me, it's you, but it's me. But
I'm really me. Like, I'm really me. Like, I'm really me.
And the thing, and you see, Gab, you see the fact you said that it's like you're fighting to say you're you. Do you know how crazy that sounds? That even that crazy. The fact you have to say it's me. Do you know how crazy that is alone? So they're thinking, hang on a minute, what? Because no one should really have to say. You should have said Kidin, you're Kidin. Graham, you know what I mean? You should have said you're you, innit? I mean, so if you're defending who you are, it's all over, man.
This is again goes back to everything we've been talking about. Is like what the government want for you to provide. Yeah, how much of you are you willing to provide to prove that you are you? Yeah, if a national insurance number was not good enough. We're now getting to Face ID. We're getting down to fingerprints. Actually, like I said, down to even like your vocal tone,
be your
like
blood.
your actual
Eventually
voice.
be your blood. Eventually start being your blood.
It's gonna be blood soon, boy.
Oh yeah,
you ain't got the right blood group.
You know what? Oh my days. You know, it's funny, Graham. It's funny you said the voice, because I know they've got. I'm sure there's a bank where they said your voice is your ID.
Is your password? Yeah.
Oh my days! I tell you, but
we are way deeper than that already. As I said, like we have been providing as a society data into these companies for decades. Under the guise of it's my social post. Oh, it's my birthday. Oh, it's
convenient.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we've been doing it for decades. Yeah. All right. How many images have we all at some point uploaded to Facebook when it was the biggest thing since sliced bread?
Yeah.
No, exactly.
I've never uploaded any images.
And Facebook owned that more than you, innit?
Exactly. This is the thing. It's what I'm saying. And
that's
again,
crazy.
When we all signed up, we all looked at those T's and C's and went, accept.
And they changed T's and C's about 10,000 times since then as well. And we still said accept.
Exactly. Just the way it is.
That's crazy.
Right, changing gears, not slightly, but a lot.
Apologies. Sorry.
No. It's cool.
I get on my tech soapbox. So
no. Right, because I wanted to speak about that within the group, but I know everyone was busy, so I thought I'd bring it to the live forum because this is something that is important to all of us. Because we spoke about adults, haven't spoke about your youths using all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So which is another kettle of fish in. Oh, and old people. Let's put those two with each other. We ain't spoke about that. So, because some people are going to be marginalized, and some people are going to be thrusted into it whether they like it or not. Do you get what I'm saying? The old people are going to be marginalized because they're not going to be tech savvy enough to get into it, so they're going to be pushed out to the side. They're the ones that are going to be like, "Well, you're not Marjorie so and so because this is Marjorie so and so, and she's 40 years younger." Do you get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then they're going to be pushed out, and then you've got the young people who are going to be thrust into it because they've got no choice, and plus they embrace technology because they're to the technology generation.
Mhm.
They're not really. They're more involved with not looking at the T's and C's in the final, the fine print, because a lot of them don't read anyway. So they know what these people know what they're doing. Hey, people know what they're doing. It's training. It's all trained behavior, isn't it? It's all trained behavior over years and years and years and years and years. Just like how we just said, we're feeding the computers. It's the same thing for about behavior, human behavior. So you give up your human behavior to give it to a computer for them to do the same behavior that we had when we rely on the computers, we end up in Wall-E. That's what I'm saying. So so you seen Wall-E? Watch it. Watch, if you ain't seen it in a long time, watch it, bro. It's all so into it. Right. One of the last things we're gonna look at. I can't remember which one's which now. Is this one? Is that one? Yes. Right. This is one of Kadeem's ones. Yo, Kadeem. You want to talk me through this, or you want to just play it? What do you
Is that
Play it,
mine?
and then I hit with a question afterwards.
All right, cool. Any
Alright,
swearing, anything is not us. It's all part of the things. I don't know what what it says. Okay, so any finesse derogatory, we didn't write it. Oh wait, sorry. I played it for myself. I didn't play it for you lot. Did you hear it? Can you hear it?
No,
we can't hear
On
nothing.
mute.
Oh, it's on mute, Shame. It's on
Okay.
mute. Yeah, it's on mute. Yeah.
At the end of it, it come out that you was in the wrong. Would you apologize and take accountability, or would you still blame the man?
She will not take accountability.
No, make her hands ahead.
Go on then.
It depends on how he talks to me.
See? What is that?
There's a difference between being right and being righteous. If we're having the debate and you're talking to me disrespectfully, I hear your point out and you're right, but because of the fact that you were disrespectful, I'm not going to give you the fucking satisfaction to disrespect me and be right.
So, all right.
Over my dead body. Matter of fact, over his dead body.
Hold on a minute. If I talk to you with respect, would you then?
Yeah, of course.
Percy.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll
Percy,
be simple.
Percy, Percy, you're missing a trick here. In her mind, remember she's going back and forth. Whatever he says is being disrespectful. So she's never. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you, Chris?
Exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
You got me.
Whatever he says.
You got me. For you to even think I could be wrong in the first place is disrespectful.
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of here. What we're talking about? I'm never wrong.
Perfect.
Watch him. Funny guy.
I ain't fucking listening. You're trying to tell me I'm wrong.
Listen,
Hey, listen.
see any criticism, you see she's trying to deflect. Chris, she started body popping.
Imagine arguing with a woman.
Yeah.
And she's
Now
like,
I had to try and pass it on to you. The maddest thing about you, you've got so much potential.
You're trying to humble me.
No,
What's this?
I'm not trying to humble you. I've got life experience. You're 28, yeah? I'm 51.
Damn. Rated 18, rated 50 fucking one. Shit.
All right. Okay. So once again, sorry about the swears, people, but some people swear. We don't always swear. But yeah. Kadeem.
That wasn't my clip.
That was mine.
Oh, your clip. Sorry. Sorry. Credit me. Sorry, Kadeem.
No,
There's
it's
so
cool.
much things, and I was like, right, I'll just take
So-
it.
No, I only shared it because how many scenarios have we been in where that has been the case? Yeah, where you know that you've made a good point, you know that you're right, but the accountability of somebody on the other side is not there. And in this particular scenario, they were never going to give you that that honor to understand that you're right and come to that agreement. Yeah, how many times have we been in that scenario? So it was more just to discuss this. Let's see what we dig up.
Kadeem, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go straight away. It's an interesting one, but it's a quick one though, because I'm with Kof. I'm with Kof. It's we can only control our own behavior. Yeah. Like you get to a certain point in time where you recognize that there's certain people or certain environments you're not going to get that justification from, that recognition or that appreciation. So by you continually expecting something different, that's on you. That's on you. The only person to truly recognize the good job that you're doing is yourself. And that's why self-care and understanding is important. But ultimately, how long? You're right, Graham, 100%. And you're a damn fool for thinking that you're going to continue to converse with that female and think you're going to get somewhere. That was going to go back and forth, back and forth. Like he says, when somebody starts body popping in a conversation, yeah, as opposed to continuing to say, I may be at fault, or you may be correct, or I have some learning, or there's a different outcome, or I've grown. Yeah, this is again, there's a lot of language that can be used to kind of support that somebody has addressed, thought about, or considered the situation. And that was not it. And people that the difficult thing is, and it's an interesting point, that when they look at the responses on age, because as much as she jabbed him about being 51, yeah, her etiquette and ability to converse in a way that will actually benefit you is not there. So, and you can see the only thing that seems to be clearly different is the age. Let's take the genders out of it, because I don't think genders has any. It's the age, because you can tell. So, and I'm sure it seems like from the presentation of the brother in his 50s, he's open and happy to address and learn from his engagements, whereas that is not. You can't learn if you're body popping when somebody is making a statement. So yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. It's a quick one. It's like I said. It's a quick thing.
The main guy who was talking, he's called Kane Brown. He's a comedian. So,
okay.
Yeah, he tends to do quite on the edge sort of material.
Okay.
Yeah, Kof, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I it's funny because I know those two, Kane and the other guy, and I know that they do like funny sketches, and they talked about one time about a black superhero, and they're just laughing because a black superhero, he'll be late for all the rescues. But anyway, that's concept another day. But it's quite a good one, Graham, you put up, because sometimes like those ones is quite funny because you don't know. So we all know that really we've all been in situations where we as the men or the man have been right, and rather than hear sorry. And but having said that, sometimes your ego can get in the way, because you can be like, maybe I can't stand what's me, because sometimes
don't do the yin and yang yet. Don't do the yin and yang yet, bro. You might when on one bit, but sometimes the first bit first, bro. The first bit first. That's what the clip was about. Do the first bit first. That's why Graham put it up there. Don't try and.
I know. I was kind of on the right, and I went back on the fence, innit?
It's all right.
Kofi got yards on both sides of the fence.
Completely. That's why.
Kofi got yards on both sides of the fence.
Come on.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, from her point of view, because sometimes we can be in a place where it's like, you're right, but because you get frustrated, but because you're right, and because that person heard you, get frustrated, innit? So when you're arguing, you lose your. It's like anything. If you lose your voice in the argument, you've lost the fight, right? But because you're too busy trying to I told you I was right, whatever, you raise your voice, you lost it, and that's why I can understand where she's coming from in that sense. I mean, because how he says something is far important what you say, right? We all know that, right? But on the other hand, from the man's point of view, it's very interesting because we've all been in that situation, and sometimes, as Kadeem, you said something, if you know you're right, just take the inward win, even if you don't get it from them. Just I know I won. I don't hate from you. I know you're doing nonsense right now. It's okay. I know I've won. We'll let it go. Do you know what I mean? Them ones there. Yeah.
But she also said that because you're right, she don't want to hear it. Yeah. She tried to interject. It's the tone that you use. Yeah, kind of your first point. And then she said, actually, I don't want you to be right, so I'm gonna keep going on the same way anyway. Like we've been in a situation where we're just like, hold on. Or your conversation gets changed. So you were talking about this when it turns into that. You're like, but how did we talk about chips when we was talking about rice before? I don't understand. You know what I mean? Or you leaving something out late last night? What? Yeah, all right, but we want to talk about rice. All right, I left my brief over there, but we're doing it. You know what I mean? But yeah, Grammy, what was your? So you posted up. What kind of scenarios have you been in? You've been married for
well,
like
I
years.
was just curious to see the group's understanding of what they pulled out of. So the reason why I wanted to kind of see everyone's understanding of it is to bring up something that you guys have discussed previously, whether, for example, that attitude of being right and not allowing somebody else to be right is potentially a cultural thing. Is that something that is more we accept more of that sort of attitude, yeah, from our backgrounds and our cultures, of not having that accountability, not letting somebody be right because of their attitude, or as you mentioned earlier, like raising your voice, you've lost the argument, in that sort of element. Is there anything that could be discussed around that actually there is more of a deeper reasoning behind why that accountability or lack of wanting to take accountability over an attitude or a change is something that we accept? Yeah. So for example, all right, if we go back to your point of just raising your voice, yeah, something we've discussed before about, your tone as can be perceived as now you're the angry black person. Does that now mean that all of your arguments are now invalidated? Yeah, that anything you say from that point, is it now doesn't matter? You're not right. Yeah, because of your attitude, the way you presented. Yeah, but it seems to be something that, from my perspective and my life, that I feel seems to be something that, in general, from most cultures, we seem to just accept. That we just go, okay, this is an okay way to navigate conversations. This is an okay way to deal with things. That we won't take accountability on both sides based on your attitude, the way you sound, the way you look, yeah, your tone, not actually what you're saying, not factually, but how you look. I don't think you're right today because I don't like the way you look. It can come down to something as basic as that.
Or so do you then, innit? So do you, mate. Yeah. Let's go quickly to the next one, because Kadeem, this is yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hop off after this one though.
I could talk about that video all night, but I won't because we ain't got time. All right, Kadeem, this is yours. This is definitely yours, Kadeem. Don't try and get out of this one.
All right, we'll see. Hey, I hit you the question.
All right.
This is the moment a migrant tried to hitchhike a ride to England on a truck, but the driver was heading the other direction.
Ben,
Full screen.
I told you I was going to France. He thought he was coming to England, but he's not. Enjoy the French Alps, my friend. I'm not stopping. See if he jumps off. Oh, he's got a long walk back to Calais. See you later, Mosh.
This is the moment a migrant tried to hitchhike a ride to England.
Right. Comedy. Yeah. Cruel or kind? Cruel or kind? What do we think on this one? Is this just general banter? Was this gentleman, should he have gotten his 15 minutes of fame? Should this clip have gone viral for being banterful? Or is it wrong for him to have found a migrant on his vessel and deliberately take them further, or not, knowing that they wanted to go in the complete opposite direction and not do anything about that? Discuss.
I think that he was right to post it, and the person in the truck should not have got in the truck. So there.
I'm kind of weirdly in between, because it's entertaining, but at the same time, there is that part of. I mean, obviously, we don't know how long the clip went on. Like, he could have taken him, a few meeting, or it could be, a good 500 miles down the road, and he's finally dropped him off. So, again, that context is lost. But yeah, I'd probably say, There is an element of funny to it, but at the same time, it
What's
is
the
also
acceptable
cool.
distance? When does the distance become not funny?
When
That's
it's
what I'm
actually
interested
Oh,
in.
yeah.
influence, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
I am on. Sorry, Graham. Just before I answer the question,
Yeah.
I am on the. I agree with Gavin. I think this is funny. It's very. It's also gonna make the other guy think next time. Yeah, I need to check where I'm going. But also in a sinister way, what happened? Say, for example, he got on the van, coach, whatever he's on, Calais. No, let's someone in midfield. Go. Took him all to Calais, right? Let's say, for example, he stayed on a boat. Something happens, and he died. No, he drowned on the way thingy, right? That the driver could be responsible. Do you know what I mean? So, because sometimes things could be a lot worse, right? You know what I mean? That's, you know what I mean? I don't think it's cool at all. You know what I mean? The guy, like I said, that's a bit sinister. I'm thinking that way, but it could be a lot worse. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking that's quite funny. It's quite funny because the way that he's going like that, the way that he quickly ran back as well. Like, oh shit, I'm far away. It's quite funny. You know what I mean, because next time you think like, oh, and hopefully he's trying to hit time for free, innit? So, you know what I mean, like that's what you get in it. So yeah. I don't mind.
But do you know what? The even if the truckman didn't know that the guy came on, right? You say he didn't know the guy came on. The truckman still gets fined.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
He's within his duty to humiliate him and drop him off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
You know. So
good point.
Yeah. So
that's a bit of entertainment.
Yeah. No, nice.
No, in answer to your earlier question, if he's out of breath, then it's too far.
Okay. Yes. For real.
Yeah, for real. All right, run the next one. One more quick one.
We'll get the next one for you. Don't
worry.
The
jet, man.
That's all right.
One more. Yeah, they're quick. All
right, we're gonna go this one, yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So this is it's got a bit of language in it. So once again, it's not sanctioned by the Jim the Life Coach podcast, but we're gonna play it just for jokes. If it plays
full screen, you can.
I had one white tee last night. The bitch come give me a motherfucking hug. No more white tee. All T-Tane. Check out.
That's good one we can get.
Pause it. Pull up the screen and play again. Yeah, stop and get it. But it.
About as big as I can get it. I can't get any bigger. I don't know how to get
the slang.
Yeah,
that's it. That is big screen.
Coincidentally, the bitch come give me a motherfucking hug. No more white tee. All T-Tane. Check out. Who is this, bro? Me. Who is this? It's me, bro. So this is what you do? You be recording all this freaky ass shit, bro? Wait, first of all, you don't record yourself doing a little freaky shit? Yeah, I record myself fucking not eating bitches' asses, G. And then you out here smoking with the guys and shit like that, putting your lips on blunts and cigarettes and shit, bro. Don't drink another motherfucking nothing at my house. Don't you use plastic and styrofoam, bro. You around this bitch kissing your nieces and nephews and shit. The fuck? Man, I eat buttermilk biscuits. You eat butt off of bitches. Don't do this shit no more, man. I'm tired of talking to your nasty ass about this shit. I had one white tee last night.
Okay. So, do you feel upset in some type of way to find out that somebody you've had at your house engages in unhealthy or potentially dangerous activities? Should they, if somebody's doing something crazy and wild with their mouth and they come and use your cutlery at home, should that disclaimer be there?
Wow.
Okay.
What a question.
Don't all ask at once. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, but the thing is this, right? If someone comes to your house, right, and then they're eating like food cutlery, it's not like people are sharing the cutlery anyway, right? As in like what I'm saying, like if you say if someone comes to my house, whatever, yeah, and then it's barbecue, yeah, and then you've had someone do some nastiness, whatever, yeah, but it's like they've got one fork they're gonna use. It's not like they're gonna put a fork down, then take another fork. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So,
yeah. I get what you're saying. But like some people might be unhappy with the cups. They might be unhappy with the spoon.
I get that, but it's not like, but it's almost like say when someone comes to your house, okay, where have you been today? What time? You can't be telling people that, can you? You can't be asking people what they've been doing themselves. I mean, you just hope that someone as clean before they come to your house, and that's all. Do you know what I mean? So, because what's the alternative? What are you gonna do? You gonna start asking everyone to wash their hands when they come in, like, you know what I mean? Like, let me check out your fingernails. What are we doing? What are we doing?
No, okay, yeah, that's right. But if it is at the stage where there are videos going around virally of this person's activity, is that level? Because, like I said, my man is in the video that was described. He is happily boasting his unusual escapades that he's videoed, and that's how it came up. He didn't even think that would have been an issue for the people that he was sharing the J with,
Bruh.
So
that brother is not coming to my barbecue. That brother is listen. The man was munching, yeah, somebody's brown love place, yeah. Okay, all right. He was in the chocolate city, yeah, with his lips, yeah, and he was filmed doing it. Ain't coming to my barbecue, okay, all right. Because I do not want to catch it. P2's now got some sore coming up here. My eyeballs start swelling out. You get me?
So, Gavin, so you wouldn't invite him. What happens if he's already there, though? What happens in the house? What do you do then? Because I think that's more. I think it's more. It's easy to say, "Oh, you want to invite him." What happens if he's ready in your house? Are you telling him to leave?
Listen, Mr. Legacy, I would lead him to the front door.
Yeah.
And I would also show him where another rave will be taking place that he could go to and have some fun, but not at my house where I'm going to catch any form of syphilis, yeah, or some foolishness on my person. I'm just saying. And like you said, like Kadeem said, you got kids and all that around it. Come on, man. That's just come on.
Yeah.
No, that's not happening. Sorry, matey.
Yeah. I get that.
Maybe you know what? If I didn't know, maybe if I didn't see the video, sorry, man, you got me started now. If I didn't see the video, right? I didn't see the video, yeah, and someone told me about it. Maybe I might just maybe say maybe it's just a rumor or whatever. But I've seen the video. They're not coming to my house. See you later.
No, but Graham.
Right. If it was any person that I knew, right, I would immediately be very interested in their personal hygiene. Yeah, that's my first questions be to them. Not the fact that they filmed it, not what they're doing. You can do whatever you want in your own personal time. But what did you do between when you did that and when you're standing in front of me now? Did you go take a bath? Did you go wash your hands? Did you actually go put some disinfectant on?
Did they did they just do it before they came to your house?
Yeah, exactly. I'm now more interested in what did you do between there.
Yeah,
that's what I'm interested in now.
Are they gonna use the spoon that you gave? You better give him a plastic spoon. I tell you that, mate. You give them no metal spoon.
Exactly.
You better throw that stuff away, bro. How about you better wear gloves and a mask and everything when you come to my house, mate.
Yeah, like so imagine you're at a barbecue, yeah. You're with the brethren. The brethren's like, yeah, I got the chocolate fondue set up, yeah, the chocolate fountain, yeah. Everybody's there with their marshmallows and their strawberries. And brethren pulls out his phone and is like, "Them, yo, check out this new video. I just filmed this thing, you know. Check it out." Like, then what? Like, have you ever been in a dynamic where?
Do you know, as much as that is alarming in itself, right? You know what I thought you was gonna say? I thought you was gonna say the man was gonna get this thing, get one of the marshmallows and try to feed you the thing in your mouth. That's what I thought. I thought he was gonna say he's gonna be like this.
Yeah, try. No.
Oh, okay.
Like for me, that video was also wild. Yeah, that video was also wild because I think it's two generations of people. There's two generations, and I want to say it's the new young Dunnies. Yeah, they're quite open and liberal with the thing. Yeah, even to the stage when you go to a barbershop. Yeah, and the discussion, like young guys and young girls these days are happy to video their first interaction and then discuss it with their friends, show it off there with their friends. Like I've been in colleges and I've heard girls saying to look at how I got this, like, and then they're watching the yeah, it's like it's insane. It's insane. Like the culture has changed, whereas more so a little bit older generation might have a little bit more modesty around it. Again, a little bit more secrecy, a bit more, you know. But now, so there's that other aspect and dynamic. Well, if your friend who you've invited to a function, yeah, or you are having an event with a group of friends, but one of the mutuals or somebody feels comfortable enough, that is a close friend, to tell you or to start showing you their most recent sexual act, like, is that where the problem begins, or is that just what friends do?
Like I said, I'm not going to say that my friends are on that level.
Gravy,
they know level. I'm just more interested in what you did between then and now. Yeah, we'll keep it strictly business. Yeah, I don't want to see that anymore. But what did you do between then and now? That's all I'll be interested in.
I'm saying,
yeah? I don't need a rewind.
There's a line that we have to maintain, yeah, and we do not cross. For instance, if it's any one of you lot, right, and I saw a video of one of you lot in compromising position, yeah, and then you said to me, or I said to you, come to my party, yeah, and then that video came up into my consciousness, yeah, and I perused this video, and I'm seeing you in a position where you're eating the chocolate.
Yeah,
I know you're getting
in the chocolate fountain.
In the chocolate fountain of love. Yeah, right? Chocolate tunnel of love. If I saw you lot in your thing, right? Doing that, it's cool. It's fine. Just make sure that you know that you're gonna get a text to say, brother, you better come and wear some gloves. Yeah. Don't touch nothing in my house, like with your hands bare. Yeah. All right. And there'll be also some hand sanitizer to greet you, right? When you've gone to the toilet. Okay. You are not going to conflate those germs with the other, the chocolate tunnel germs to go and make a nice concoction of mess. We're not doing none of that. Yeah. All right. So
you know what? It's funny, isn't it? It's funny to what you hear about somebody doing and what you actually see. Do you know what I mean? And this actually, funny enough, in a weird sort of way, Kadeem, this will come back to Graham, your point before about, let's say what you saw of me in a combat position, it's not me. Do you know what I mean?
I was about to say that. I was going to say that. Like, exactly. In a decade from now, we'll have this conversation again, yeah?
Do you see what I mean? It's like, I could say, what, like, often that's me, but that's not me. I will do that. But you guys are saying, you guys are like, that's me.
Yo, that was AI.
I know, right? And it's crazy, right? But Graham, I hear your point though, because I think what you're saying is very important. Like, okay, it's like, since then, what's happened? Like, when did that happen? Since then, what have you done since then? Are you saying that? That makes more sense that way, rather than like, ban it. I mean, most of my people will ban the person, but like, what? That's nothing.
This person is not going to be the person that's going to be helping to make any sandwiches.
Yeah, of course,
All right.
You don't want a person.
If I'm familiar with them the barbecue to my house, they ain't getting kicked out, but they got to prove what they've done between there and there. If not, then it's home time.
But how can they prove it?
Home time and have a bath.
Just like you said before, how can they prove it though?
How can they prove it?
Unless
they got a video. They got a video for that too.
This is the house. This is what I. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is how.
Oh my goodness. All right, listen, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the pod. This is nuts. It's been crazy. That last one was just nuts. Oh my goodness. I'm starting to think about it now. I'm just thinking about who I'm coming. Do you know what? Right, I'm not right. So I work with kids in care. Right. There's one man. Obviously, I can't say his name or whatever, but he's got some very questionable, cleanliness habits. Yeah, like cleanliness habits. Okay, In one instance, you'll see him and he's got his hand down his trousers.
Oh.
Yeah. Another minute, you'll see him go to the kitchen. I said to him, "Did you wash your hands?" He said, "No." Right. And he's fixing himself up a piece of food. So I'm there to do some education. I'm there to, like, tutor him and mentor him or whatever. The part of that is to give him good advice. Okay. I said to him, when you do your stuff, make sure you wash your hands, whatever. So when I was cooking with him, we was doing like cookies and stuff. So I made sure that he washed his hands and really used it thorough between the fingers and whatever. It's probably the first time I've ever seen him do that, right? Then the other day we were sitting down talking, whatever. He goes to me, "Do you want some food?" I said, "No, I'm okay. I'm fine. I got my sandwich." I'm full in there, man. No, I didn't. Whoa, this time my belly's busted. My belly's screaming. You need to eat right now, right? I said, "No, I'm okay. I'm okay." He goes, No, I insist. I said, "No, I'm fine. I'm fine." Go, no, come on. And he dragged my arm. He jumped into the kitchen, right? Now, then he got some, obviously, remember, we don't know where his hands have been. This time, I hadn't seen his hands in his crotch at this point, but we don't know where his hands have been, yeah? It's the whole thing, I've got you in mind, G. I've got you in mind when I think about this, right? Yeah? And he then takes out some spring rolls, right? And he throws them in the air fryer, right? And he goes, "You want some?" I said, "No, I'm good, right? And then he goes, "No, have one. I go, "Okay." All right. I was like, I have one. He goes, "All right." So anyway, puts it in there, whatever, right? Does it, whatever. And I said to him, he asked me, "How long do you reckon it should be?" And I said, "It should be on the packet." I said, "Well, whatever." Right? Anyway, long story short, they came out, they were there. Yeah? Now I said I only wanted one. The man put 4 on my plate, fam. And I was like, now, the buy-in is to keep this guy on side. I'm gonna have to eat this food because he don't usually he usually make food for people, innit? But like,
you're locked in now.
The OCD, the OCD was kicking in, and I was like, "Oh God, I got to eat this." Yeah, and so I tentatively, like, beer. I was like, "It's nice. Got to eat the rest then." Okay, and I had to eat it because I felt like I didn't do much of it if I didn't eat it. Was I wrong, fam? Was I wrong, or was I right? Or should I just employed my own rules that I just said, that I should have just run upstairs or to the toilet and said, "Let's go to the toilet," and stay in there till he finishes eating the food for himself? What should I have done in this situation?
Boundaries. You said 1, you had 4.
Yeah. I just dropped the bars I just dropped the bar straight to him. You didn't wash your hands when we came into the kitchen before you started preparing these spring rolls. I didn't hear you say that as part of this preparation process. Food hygiene basic level 1, boy.
I know,
you need to wash your hands.
Call the man out. Call the man out.
Call the man out. Food hygiene basics. Man just
him.
started cooking up. No. You need to wash up first, boy. Wash up the man. Yeah. So for that reason, that was your get out clause. Remember, if they ain't washed their hands to begin with, I'm not confident this ain't contaminated. I got a sensitive stomach. Thank you for the food. I appreciate the effort and gesture. Yeah, but we will wrap that one up for you for later.
A bitten one. There you go.
Then you got breakfast, lunch, and dinner now. Boom.
No, yeah. You know what? You're right. I was too busy thinking, if I don't eat it, this guy's gonna do my work later. So that's what I was thinking about.
Set boundaries, man.
But anyway, just reporting that I didn't glow in the dark afterwards, and I'm still here.
All you ate was a little bit
a bit urine.
Yeah. Oh, great.
The food was a bit too salty. Yeah. Do you know what? I think
this string roll tastes different. Oh, what's that in my mouth?
No, you know what, Gab? I think sometimes it's difficult because I think sometimes, you're one sense, and as a teacher, you're a coach, right? So I think there's a thin line between making someone feel bad, but also you have to have boundaries. You have to you have to almost have to think. You don't want someone to feel bad for saying something like that, but we have to say the more sensible thing. And like I said, if you haven't seen it prepared properly, how you like it, you can't eat it. I mean, you have to. Like Steve said, sometimes it's cool to be kind. You have to say, like, okay, thank you very much for making it for me, but I'm not going to eat this. One, I just tell them why you're not going to eat it. Because I haven't seen you. I didn't see how you prepared. I didn't see how you prepared it. I don't know what's in it. You could use that. Like, you can say you have a nut allergy. So, you can say something like that.
Literally.
So, no, it's true. Because, like, That's always a good one. Always say like, oh, I've got nut allergy. There's no nuts in it. Yeah, but I don't know that. Do you know what I mean? So just say that. But ultimately, you know that he's
There's some nuts in it.
Yeah, some nuts and hairs. How about that?
There's some nuts and hairs in there, boy. It's got nuts in it.
Oh, we just clicked in. We just clicked. Lord. Anyway, we digress. That video was terrible, all right? Kadeem? All right, cool.
Yeah,
My story's even worse. So I'm debating myself out on the YouTube. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this out. So listen, guys, thank you so much to the Genial Life Coach podcast. Please share, like, and subscribe. Hope you're still with us. Thank you for the support and everything. Guys, say bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Peace, blessings. No stress, no worry, no fear. Until the next time, guys. Love.
We chop it up. Listen, I hope you liked it. It's a scary pod, but we're a good information pod and all the same. Anyway, guys, stay on. But I'm gonna bid adieu to everybody watching. So, guys, peace out. See you later. GM, the life coach.